I wonder if he will have a fancy suit today too. Well, those are the questions for the ages, aren't they? That's a big question. So you will sadly have to hear and see me do this. You can't even hear it. There you go. All right, we back. We are back. You will have to sadly see me eat a little bit because I haven't been able to eat anything. So I just chopped up a fruit right here. A fruit. It's a kohlrabi. I don't know if there's an English word equivalent for this. Very good though. That shirt smells of patent trolling. Oh, that's true, but it's not. It is officially licensed, so it's not my birthday, man. Every time, is this just gonna be a thing? Every time I'm live, we're gonna be. He's 52 now. Great. Looks like an apple. It's not an apple. Kohlrabi. English? Cabbage turnip or a turnip cabbage or a German turnip. Spelled K-O-H-L-A-R-B-I. Kohlrabi. It can be eaten raw or cooked. Right now eating it raw. Tastes pretty good. Yeah. My calendar, every day it says Carpenter's birthday. Great. That's really awesome. That should work, right? Boom. Beautiful. Hey, hello. Yeah. So basically the first couple of minutes we're gonna just eat a kohlrabi and like talk about stuff. Oh, can I say, oh my god. I'm actually just a little bit mad. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be the beacon of productivity today. So I put in a wash to the washing machine. I was like, that's great. It's gonna finish exactly like 10 minutes before I start the stream. Absolutely amazing. I take out, I put the new like wash in. Everything's great, right? So I get to my basement to feed my editor. I mean, to look at the washing machine. Don't worry. The editors don't get fed every day. That would be crazy. No, but like, okay, jokes aside. I go in and I'm like, okay, the washing machine says 1 minute. I'm like, I mean, the timing couldn't have been more perfect, right? So I stand there and I'm like, maybe my time perception is just off, right? So the blinking indicator obviously blinks every second, right? So I'm like, how about I count that? So I count 1, 2, 3. I get to 45 and I'm like, I've been standing here for at least that amount of time already. So I stand there for like another half a minute or so. And I'm like, well, if you have an indicator that says a minute, why is that not a minute? That doesn't make any sense. So I stood there stupidly like for 5 minutes. I'm just like, why? That's like actually stupid. So then I didn't take out the stuff. And I didn't put anything new in because I didn't have the time. So I was like, okay. Then I went up. I left the new wash down there. And now the old wash is still in the washing machine. And then I chopped up very hastily the kohlrabi. And now I'm eating it. There you go. I'm enjoying modding as is, but I need more assistance. What resources could you recommend? I'll give you right now probably the best resource specifically on documentation, and that's the Hytale level docs.
Welcome to the King's Court.
Yeah. Harrow, 41 months. I think we should get EGS for that. I'm pretty sure. Harrow has subscribed for 41 months. Let's see. TTS speaks so that I can continue to eat. Then I don't have to do anything. Have a good meal. Thank you, thank you. What the fuck was that kind of a TTS, bro? He just said... I don't know what the frick is wrong with this TTS, but sometimes it just completely craps the bed. I don't know. That's just weird. That's just weird to me. The machine's time limit is based on the Windows file transfer timer. Or a washing machine? Have been watching anything lately? I've started Blacklist on Netflix. Because a friend of mine suggested it. And I've been getting a lot of shorts on YouTube for it. So I was like, I've watched like 2 episodes just on shorts. So I was like, let's just try and see if that's if it's worth anything. It's pretty okay. I'm in like episode 5 or 6 or something. I wanted to watch. I actually wanted to watch Squid Game 2, like the second season. But man, I watched like half of the first episode. I just didn't get into it at all. And usually, I can usually get into like 1 or 2 episodes, right? That's fine, but like, just very strange, man. TTS was me after eating a Carolina Reaper. That's pretty good. Greetings, hello, low. Can you explain the difference between block state and block components? I have to wait for my main programming friend Hero to explain this to me too. I haven't looked into that yet. One of the issues that I'm running into, because I'm spreading out into a lot of different areas, is how I just can't get deep into one thing, right? Plugin making, block states, because I'm like sort of a, what would you say, like a jack of all trades. You just, I don't know, it's just a lot. Community will ask for advice and give it. That would be they have a link to their community Discord server as well. Highly recommended to join there as well. That's the Hytale modding Discord server. There's questions like modding help, there's guides, there's all sorts of things. Highly recommended. I also have a Discord server, but the issue is that the amount of help we can provide is just gated by how many people know how to mod Hytale right now, and it's just not that, like, it's not that many basically. That's an interesting one. Yeah. We'll also go through the stuff of the Trello board and stuff like that, and the inputs. We're gonna go through that as well in just a second, but yeah. Wusste gar nicht, dass man eine Kohlrabi roh isst. Yeah, you can definitely do that. It's fine, and I actually like them. I prefer them raw, actually. I prefer them raw because I like the bite to it, right? Let's see if I can get a. You hear that? Like it's crunchy. I don't hear that, but that's fine. Yeah. I don't know. I like that. I'm hungry. Hello, hungry. I'm coming, Joe. Raw and wiggling, bro. It's a fucking. It's like a turnip, man. It's not a. It's not. It wasn't alive. made a farming plugin with a rain collector. Reading German, responding in English, typing in Java. Yeah. Listen, usually what would happen is I would just stay on the starting soon screen and just like eat it without my without the camera showing. But like, why? It is fun too, right? Because I have to eat at some point. I wasn't able to make my full meal because to explain, this is crazy stuff. We finished stream at like, when was it? 9:30, something like that, right? Then I talked to Harrow a little bit. Then I talked to Nano for a second. Then I talked, then I did some stuff. Then like some video stuff. And then it was like 1 a.m. And then I actually reheated my food at 1 a.m. Ate it. At 1:20, I guess. And went to bed at like 2. Completely exhausted. And I just fell down into the bed. It was done. It was done. It's not a fruit. It's a vegetable. A vegetable! Anyone who knows that insider, you get a thumbs up from me. Vegetable! That's a good insider. Nano would right now laugh his butt off. Because he would know. He knows these things. Mod gem site can't hang. Is it down or something? I'm not responsible for that. I am but a judge. Rack Davies. Holy schmoly, someone knows it. That's actually insane. Yes. That's what it is from. From the time when he was a teacher and he had a German teacher with him and he always said vegetables. Yeah. That's the story. Someone actually knew. Holy schmoly. Extra 3. Good one. See? You get yourself a thumbs up. I don't know why it is the case, but like, I just retain these very weird things and very weird information. It's such a good clip, right? But I'm gonna be real. I love Bob Mortimer is probably my favorite when he tells this like when he tells the stuff. Bob Mortimer with when Would I Lie to You? Oh my god, that's like some of the best stuff ever. Okay, I'm sorry. This guy is just, I don't know how he does it. That's really fun to me. But yeah. Are your previous streams available on YouTube? Yes, they are on the YouTube channel. So you can just go to the live tab and you can watch all of them still available here. How did you originally learn Java? Was it for work or for hobby? I actually learned it via... That's so good. We beg your pardon, but we are in your garden. Is so crazy, man. Bro, everyone else is like, what is this guy talking about? And I'm like, well, listen, okay? You had to be there. You had to be in the garden. But yeah. So, I learned Java in university, actually. I dabbled a little bit before, but never really sort of... Never really... So sorry, I'm still recovering from the garden one. I never really committed to it until I was in university, and then I basically had to learn it, right? And then from there, it was a good starting off point, and I just launched into then learning a lot myself after that. Yeah. I've got like 3 or 4 more pieces left. Don't worry, then we'll start. Hey Kamjo, happy to hear the news. How can I send suggestions, feedback? So either you can join the Discord server and add it into the Hytale modding wishlist channel. So I'll probably recommend it there. But yeah. What? Kamjo? Hello, official Hytale modding ambassador Kabi. That's crazy, right? Actually insane. I don't think it's quite there. Kabi is closer to the Byzantine Empire than the release of Minecraft. What does that even mean, man? Machst du eigentlich Vollzeit YouTube oder arbeitest du nebenbei? Nope, YouTube is my full-time gig. Like all of this, right? YouTube streaming, content creation. It's kind of crazy, but yeah. My my degree was in development in C++. I personally really don't like C++. But that's just a personal preference. But yeah. It means you have quite Angst hat. My most recent short on Kaupenjo was like, Kaupen is asked again, how old are you? 30? And people in the comments are going nuts. Bro, aren't you absolute frick, man? He's the youngest old-looking person. How? I just don't... Okay. Like, I don't get it. Right? Someone's just like, you look 45 and 20 at the same time. I'm like, I just don't see it. I see the 20, I just don't see the 45. That's crazy me. Is that slander already? The Soviet Empire fell before you were born. In Germany would say you're closer to the fall of the Berlin Wall. But yeah. Oh my god, it's true. What do you mean? I don't get it. I don't understand it. Where does the 45 come from? If someone says bowling, I will ban your ass. Talking about your wisdom. Oh, okay. How old are you? I'm 30 years old. This is a goatee. Yeah, but I have to keep the goatee, otherwise I'm no longer the goat. Also, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna be honest here. If I lose my facial hair, I will look, I don't know, like I'm 18. Now, the thing about it is that you could say, that's amazing. Then you would look so young. Okay, this is a safe space, right? Do you really think if I walk around with a baby face, that's attractive to the opposite sex? Because I don't think it is. Okay, so I gotta keep the goatee. It's as simple as that. It's just, you gotta min-max, okay? And that's the min-maxing. Or, you go completely the opposite route, and you cut everything off and you go femboy mode, but I'm not gonna do that, so that's not gonna happen. Good afternoon, hello, hello. Alright, one last piece, which is obviously the biggest one as well. Growing a beard and losing 85 points instantly caused my DMs to fill up. But you are a programmer. Why not? I'm not gonna get the programming sucks, okay? It's not gonna happen, man. It's not gonna happen. Congrats on the ambassador. Thank you! This is the content that you want to see, right? I hope enjoy eating a kohlrabi. Just reading chat. Nothing happening on the screen. He's just eating. It was the last piece. All right. That's good. That's good. Nice. The fact that you have a master in computer science and I didn't saw the code in Hytale yet. What? I mean, code something big. Were you not here when I made the Ore Generation V1, Ore Generation V1 custom WorldGen provider that can read in a JSON file and actually add things to WorldGen V1 custom Ore Generation just via JSON files? Did you not see that when I did that? Because I did that. Okay. Count is taller than he looks. I'm 178. Okay, you can write it down. 178. Let me see what that is in feet or whatever. 5 foot. What is it? 5'10"? 5'10". Well, it's not 6 feet, so I guess I'm out. Nothing I can do about that. Yeah, 5'10". There you go. You talk plenty on IG. Good here too. 5'8", 178. Yeah, 178 centimeters. You've never heard of that before? And now to wash everything down, 0 sugar Sprite and oh wow, that went through immediately. That was pretty good. Actually, no, I didn't. I didn't even have a clue that you could change WorldGen V. Let me see. WorldGen V1. Okay, I can show you. The Hytale approach for keeping modding and most game logic server side result in worse performance. Not really. So the 0 sugar is transparent. Listen, here at Keybinds, we like to be transparent. Make a short out of it if you want to. It's not a good short. I never said it would be a good short, but you know. 0 sugar Sprite, isn't that just sparkling water? No, it has like sweeteners. It's like sweeteners. What do we got? Zutaten: Wasser, Kohlensäure, Säurungsmittel, Aspartam, Acesulflam K, Sucralose. Natürliche Zitrone- und Limettenaroma. Nice. The entire can has 3 calories. Nice. Let me be clear. True. Klingt gesund. If you only... Listen, if you live... if you try to live the only healthily, then I believe your quality of life is not... You can optimize... So the issue is the following, okay? Sometimes people think that you optimize for only one variable. It's never the case. In life, you have to optimize for about 10 to 20 variables. And the issue is they all are in... What we say? They are all in different balances against each other, right? And at the end of the day, what are you supposed to do, right? So you can say, oh, I'm going to make my life the healthiest and the safest as possible. So you'll never leave your home. You will never go into a car ever, because that's like one of the worst things that you can do to not stay safe. It doesn't work, right? Because like that, you can maximize that, but all of a sudden everything else is like not good. So I don't know. Aspartame is not that much worse. I just don't, at this point, I kind of don't even care anymore, okay? There's a bunch of studies saying it doesn't matter. There's a bunch of studies saying that it does matter. I really just don't care. I'm gonna be real. Like, it's just like, because I actually think the stress of you caring so much about it, you're like, oh, I'm gonna die if I eat this. I think that stress is gonna kill you earlier than anything that is inside of here. If you drink a Coke Zero or a Sprite Zero every time, like, you know, a couple of days a week, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. You know? Great to see you checking in on the Calamity server. Absolutely. Listen, I obviously received quite a few, like, quite a few friend requests. I'm not even through all of them. And I was like, okay, who are these people? Because, like, you know what I mean, right? You gotta look through. You can't know every name, right? So I was like, oh, wait, what is this one? Right? And I'm like, wait, okay, co-director of Calamity. I'm like, okay, well, fair enough. I did mention the mod as well. But yeah, it's also great to see some people on the team that I know. I know Luna, and I also know, well, Hakon, of course. And then there's also Fej. Like a couple of names I know here. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I don't want to say they're from the community, but you know, they're kind of from the community. Did you know that everything is poison? Exactly, everything is poison. The dose makes the poison. That's also a thing, right? So I don't know. If I want to go to the healthier route, you can use organic cane sugar. Still isn't good for you, but substantially better. Yeah, but that's the thing, right? It's just like, I don't know. What is Calamity? So you know Calamity, the Calamity mod from Terraria? Basically like one of the craziest, most awesome, insane mods that exist in Terraria. They basically are porting that to Hytale. Which is pretty cool. That's pretty cool. The dose is aluminum. You shouldn't consume that. Well, you know. Oh, yep. Who's watching this? Right after the 96-hour mod jam. Did you submit? You should check out Sevia. Okay. Zero calorie drink. All right. Listen, I will at least look at it, okay? I'm not against trying new things, okay? I always get like if there's like a new thing, I'm gonna try everything, okay? Seems pretty good. I don't know if it's gonna be available in Germany, but we'll see. I mean, it does say Amazon, so maybe it is. See. I don't think it is. Virtue. Oh, I'll look at it later. But yeah. I can't stand the word port. Okay, you know what? That's fair. Let me rephrase it then. The Calamity team is creating a mod in Hytale inspired by the Calamity mod of Terraria. I think that's better, right? That's better. Yeah. Yo. Graf Robin just got an A in math. That's nice. What do you think of the game called Vintage Story? I have yet to try it out. I really wanted to try it out for a long time. I've probably got to look at it like in, I don't know, in a couple of like, I don't know, weeks or so. We're going to probably play it and then just try it out, because I don't know. I'm missing some Kaupen lore. Why do I see not a furry tag? Because I'm not a furry. Like, it's just it's self-explanatory. The tag explains itself. I don't know what you mean. Can I make shop menus in NPS? You mean NPCs? NPS? You think procedural animation would be possible in Hytale? Oh. I think it's hard because the the rendering is not really available, so I don't know. Oh, so it's not an A in math, it's just the first module. Oh well. Then let's hope it still is an A. Is there any information regarding spawn rates? I don't have anything. Sadly, I don't have any information on spawn rates either. I don't haven't looked at that at all yet. You think you could make a functional sticky piston? Aren't there people who already have done that? Have you participated to any mod jam? Well, in general, I think no. I've done Ludum Dare like a long time ago. That's the game jam, Ludum Dare. I did that once. The other thing not. And then now the mod jam that just concluded, I am actually a judge, so yeah, not really a thing. Spawn rates are determined by density maps and weights, at least for V2. Yeah, that's the issue though. It's V2, right? So that's an issue. How easier are Hytale plugins than Minecraft modding? It's a little bit more complicated in the plugin side, but adding things via the asset editor is easier. That's the point. Someone did it? Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah. So there's a couple. I think there's a couple ones. Piston mod. So there's Lima Stars pistons. The issue is oh, is that not files? So no file uploaded. Okay, no file uploaded. Okay, that's great. That's yeah. So I got maybe not. Lima Star already made ticket pistons. Yeah, but the mod is not updated. Otherwise, or maybe I'm on the wrong First Forge one, but nah. Would you be making a guide for dynamic baked models? Probably not. It's not my area of expertise, sadly. I just came from your YouTube videos. I am new to all of this. When is the mod jam concluded? Have you guys judged the mods yet? No. So the mod jam is concluded. No more submissions are being admitted now. And the judging takes place, like community voting starts tomorrow at 7:30 CT, and then we are having a live stream on Thursday where the judges are gonna like look at some of the mods. Yeah. I've seen like one thing on Twitter. I've seen nothing else. I've seen like this like crazy like Transformers or whatever mod that like the absolute insanity. I'm just like, I'm gonna probably be floored by the submissions. Okay. You know how on the TV shows I have to talk to my co-judges on what roles we fill, right? Because you always have to have this like this the Simon Cowell type of person who's like a real hard ass, right? Who's like who wants to utter perfection, and otherwise it's gonna be like they're giving it a 5, right? No, it's a 5. What? Everyone else gives it a 9 or a 10, right? 5. No, it's not good, right? You need one hard ass judge, and I want to know who that is. And if not, I might just be the hard ass. I'm okay with that. Okay. I'm just gonna put on the German accent and then we're gonna be fine. Ja, komm. This is gonna be fine. German being Simon is only fitting. Okay, I might have missed some lore, but it's fine. It's possible to create my own NPC so that when I interact with them, a shop menu opens. We can take a look at that, because I'm pretty sure that is actually very viable. Let's just see. Let's just do that first. Frame 1 over here, okay? Let's just do that frame 1. What the heck? Okay? Listen, also, by the way, thank you for all the follows and stuff on Twitch. I have disabled the follow notification. Or rather, there is a notification in the corner, but but it doesn't do a sound anymore because there was just too many things coming in. I will add this sub one again, though. That's gonna be fine. So now a sub should work, but yeah, because at some point it's just too many coming in where it's just, I think it's yeah. But thank you. I didn't know that I would have to turn it off this early, but you know, it is what it is. Let's see. So that would be the things. Let's take a look. So this was the you know how teleport the player as a result of an action. I've not tried that yet. So we have Marius, right? Yes. Oh, but it's a... Oh, that's fine. We have the deer. Wait, what do we want to do? We want to add a shop, right? Yeah. Merchant. I know it's zoomed out. Let me zoom in. It's fine. This is on my list, okay? This is high on my list because otherwise I'm gonna go crazy as well. Don't worry. Did you learn how did you learn Java coding? What do you recommend newbies to start? So I learned it in university. So I have a playlist for it. This is, I mean, in my opinion, it is a good idea. Wait, let me show you. All right, let's. No, that's not. Carlton Joe, shut up. Wait a second. No. We are load in too much. 100%. There you go. Now it's gonna look good. There you go. That's what we'll see. So basically, you know, Java introduction over here for Hytale and Minecraft modding, but it's a generic Java introduction, right? So it teaches generic Java. Highly recommended to go through. In my opinion, this is one of the best stuff I've done. in recent times. Like some of the videos are really good in my opinion, but there's a lot, like an insane amount of free Java stuff out there. Definitely, like, I don't think you need to pay necessarily for it. The most important thing is it's totally fine to get errors. It's totally fine to fail, and it's okay. It's a part of the process to be frustrated sometimes. You just have to, that's like the thing that you have to just sort of start with. And then it's about experimentation. I wonder if I could do XYZ. Just try it out. Because in programming, you always have Control Z. You can always go back, and there's other things basically you can, it's fine. Like, you're not gonna really destroy anything, right? And you can always go back. So, yeah. You start with Hello World. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I like this editor, but certain things seem limited. Yeah, I do agree. I do agree. Trial and error. Exactly. Invalid JSON is horrible. Yep. You don't need AI to find missing brackets, okay? Come on. What have we turned into? You don't need AI for that. Oh, man. You just go to a JSON validator. No AI needed. Oh my god. Am I gonna start crashing out right here? What is this? You don't need it, but I'm lazy. Brother! That's crazy, man. So we get ourselves a new barter shop right here. Right? So we just go in. This is the Quebec merchant. And we're gonna call this the Marius merchant now. Oop. We're just gonna keep the same thing over here. Because what the heck, right? Like, I mean, we can of course change this to other IDs, but right now that's fine. And then we go to the deer stag, which looks like Marius right now. And then we look at the Quebec. Is it merchant as well, actually? Model NPC role, Quebec merchant. This is a memories overriding translation. Instructions. Wave at the player when they approach. Nice. Okay. Well, we might need VS Code. I'm just making sure. There's nothing in VS Code, but I'm like, you know, I'm just always. Not that I opened like my tax document or something like that. It's like always what I'm afraid of. Merchant. Let's see. There it is. Actions. Lock interaction. Okay, so this is an action inside of the action. So this is an action list instead of instructions. Oh, this is gonna be a rough one, I think. This is inside of interact instructions. You think we have this? Marius. Where's Marius? Deer stag is Marius. We don't have this. Okay. Interaction instructions. And that's part of a list right here? No? No, it's just after. Okay, that's fine. And we should be able to put it right here. Great, thank you. This is really exactly what I wanted to do. Come on, man. Okay, whatever. That's fine. Okay, there you go. I missed the 30 minutes of yapping. Yep. And me eating a kohlrabi. So, surely that's just gonna work, right? I mean, let's just try. Deer. There he is, Marius. Marius. No! Oh, I have the mount still on there. Okay, that's not good. We gotta remove the mountable thing. Mount is mountable. False. Boom. All of a sudden, Marius. Stay here, I want to border with you. Okay, so nothing. Hey! Marius, how dare you? Okay, so nothing happens here. That's not good. Interaction instructions. Can interact. Didn't I have this already in there? What in the Paper Mario? Play animations. This is all animations. Busy states. Yes. Combat config. Immunity, environmental, invulnerable. Nice. Surely there's another thing over here, right? Type generic. Oh, come on, man. Is that gonna be it? Do we have to, like, do that? Hello, hello. Would you have created as chaotic neutral? True. This series, if it's generic, we're gonna die. Type variant. Oh, it's a type. What about the other one? What about the Klops? Merchant. What about this guy? Oh, that's the asset. I need the NPC one. Generic as well. Wandering merchant. Nice, okay. Idle state. No player nearby. Watch state. Oh, wait a second. Hold on a minute. Shop. Marius merchant. But I don't know. Gideon, hello, hello. Did you see the news? Have you seen the news? Or not? What news? Are you just saying this, or do you actually not know what news? I've been a bit absent lately. Okay. Let me show you. It's fine. It's like not a, it's not, you know, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's basically just that, that I'm now the official Hytale modding ambassador. You know.
Welcome to the King's Court.
Like, legit and real. Right here. White on black.
The Radiant Gamer 688112 has subscribed for 5 months.
Thank you. Should we call you Kaupmanjo or Mr. the Ambassador now? Kaupmanjo is fine. Congratulations. Thank you. Now I can't interact at all. Okay, maybe NPC, that's harder, man. Maybe that's harder than I anticipated. As per usual. You know? That can happen quite often. I just saw a video about Hynergy, man. You've been underselling it as create order to Hytale. Listen, you know what I mean though. Like, it's sometimes you have to use things that people know in order to, like, understand what's happening. Okay? It's just gonna be the case. You need to copy the barter shop asset. Yeah, I did. Right? So I have the custom merchant thing right here. I basically copied this over. But I can't right click the guy and it works. Like, I've added the interaction instructions right here, but that doesn't seem to be doing it for some reason. And I don't know why. Now what I could do, I mean, theoretically, doesn't make any sense, but I could just take everything in here, and then just say, instead of where is it? Instead of the appearance here, the appearance is Marius. Is Marius actually the appearance? It is Marius. And then instead of this, we have the Marius merchant. Right here. Right. And that should now definitely work as the deer. For some reason, I guess. There it is. Look at that. Right. And now I go in here and I go boop. And now trade. Yeah, so it is definitely something. I just don't know what exactly it is the issue. We have more news regarding getting inputs pressed down from the client. Not really. So what I do have though is I have a couple of things, okay? So I've gone through a few of the suggestions already. Not nearly all of them, because there's actually quite a few. And I have sort of started a couple of things. So I've tried to make an overview for myself as well. And it's not yet added to the Trello board. We might actually add a couple of things. One of the things that was suggested, I think the highest upvote in the channel. Let me double check. It has 18 thumbs ups. Is custom keybinds. Now, my question is the following. For people who want custom keybinds, right, and who know Java and stuff like that. So I was thinking something to this effect. So someone, like they suggested over here, we're just going to go through this. There's a lot of wiggle room here. Could be sending packets on any key press outside of the chat. And then the game basically only like focuses on what is happening. Sliggy basically mentioned that there's concern for key logging, but basically that's a problem that could be solved. You know, if you want mods with keybinds, then you just have to like sort of opt in there. I don't think that this is actually the thing that you should do, because the issue is if you have 100 people and people are going every time you have to send a packet to the server, doesn't make any sense. From the client to the server for like every keybind, doesn't make sense to me. What you should do is, this is what my idea was. Server decides we need new keys registered, right? So within the plugin, you get the API over here, maybe something like this, right? Like keybind registry, or theoretically, you could even make this asset editor only. Theoretically, there's no reason why you wouldn't be able to do it asset editor only, actually. But the idea is that you basically make a keybind registry over here, right? And you got a translatable name. You define the key code. You have maybe like a packet. This is the packet that's sent and received in some capacity. And really, the barest minimum that you need is then the UUID, the timestamp, and then if the button is pressed, held, or released. Now, here the thing is the following. When you make a new keybind registry, what I want the server to do is to tell each client, yo, we have a new keybind. Okay, so this is what here. Server decides we need a new keybind. Server sets those as default, but on joining the first time, it gives the user a notice. New keybinds were added. So now the client is informed that on those keybinds, it should also send a packet. That's it. Now you don't need to send a packet for every single key press. The server just says, yo, I'm actually interested in you pressing the J button. All right, that's fine. That's okay. I can do that, right? Boom. Yeah. And then the additional wish would here be keybinds appear inside of the asset editor and then now can trigger any interaction on press, hold, or release. Would the client be able to customize which key? That would be the thing that I would, yes. So that would be the thing that I would ask for as well. Yes. New keybinds are added and is informed about this. The client then has some way to customize the new keybinds. You know? So that's sort of like one of the ideas I was thinking of. Is there more that lets you choose, toggle, an animation for an NPC by interacting? I'm not sure. My server would force jump on E. I don't think that that's exact. That would probably not be exactly how this would work. Keybinds should be changeable in the settings, though. Yeah. I mean, either they're in the settings or the server provides like a secondary screen for it, right? Because I'm unsure how we could change it. Yeah, or that, right? Like in some way, maybe a custom category inside of settings that gets enabled while on the server, right? I agree. There should be a key customizer tab. Yeah, exactly. No, I agree. You definitely do have to have some sort of way that they can customize it. That is correct. But I think that that's fine. And then the highest level would be that we might not even need the API and this whole stuff right here. Because like in my opinion right now, just tell me if I'm right or wrong. The biggest thing that you want is that you want to trigger interactions on pressing, holding, or releasing, right? Instead of the asset editor. We're not necessarily looking for having any code happen. Now, obviously, any code would be best, right, on the server. But I think just having this would already be pretty cool, right? Like if it's data driven. They should potentially also add key presets. These also consider modifiers, right? Additional wish. Consider modifiers like control or shift. Also register. Yeah, I think that's fair. Is that obsidian? It's obsidian, yeah. It's an obsidian vault, yep. As you can see, I've used it. I am using it a lot, as you can see, like that. Or I have used it quite a lot. I'm not using it that much anymore. But yeah, I'm like writing down stuff and when I'm doing things, but yeah. And I thought I would just like add it to the obsidian first, and then I can add it immediately to an idea on Trello. Because like I said, we've been getting there's lots of things. Okay, that's like look at this stuff, which is great, by the way. Like, don't get me wrong, right? Absolutely amazing. It's just a you know. Well, that's the point, right? That's the point of the whole thing. And yeah, how should conflicts be resolved? No, that's not VS Code, it's Obsidian. Yeah. Conflicts. I don't know. I mean, maybe you could do a default and a secondary default keybind, or maybe the server can then just like change it or something like that. I don't know. Will there be an NPC node editor? I think at some point, yes. Have you explained why you're using Trello? Oh, good point. By the way, so someone did also suggest, wouldn't it be better to use GitHub, like the GitHub stuff? The reason why we're using Trello is because the way that internal tickets work for Hytale or Hypixel is with Jira, and with Trello we can easily connect this. No. So those are just my private notes right now. But then they will be then added once I have them in a way to this guy. Oh, right here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I still have my YouTube open. I don't want you to see all of my it's not bad. But I'm just, it's just only VTuber content. It's not actually. But I don't want you to see it, okay? I'm embarrassed. For that. No, but like I'm going to add it to the modding wish list over here. And yeah, that's that would then be that. And this is publicly available. Rare Lessian W. It's like super easy to like automate this. That's why. I love Trello, man. Yeah, a couple of people don't. Manually, either server overriding or by controlling mod-like settings. Well, I mean, it's sort of like there's GitHub integration for Jira too. Yeah, but I don't know. But the issue is that, we want to try to make this like as sort of easy as possible. And I do think that it's going to be very easy with like getting the stuff from Trello to Jira. Getting it to GitHub, I double checked. It seems hard. Trello is great for less than 10 people. Yeah, but because what I'm doing is I'm probably going to maybe have like one or two other people help me with some of the like stuff in terms of planning and things. But this is just it's a view only, right? Like I'm not like the public doesn't just get to make custom cards. That's why we have the like several steps, right? Because otherwise we would just get flooded with cards. People would just do the cards somewhere. I think it's fair that the integration from the idea then gets filtered through to me, because then I can also say, hey, we already have that, so that's fine, right? And then I make a card manually. There's just going to be some work over here manually. I don't think you can necessarily automate much of this. may have feedback, suggestions regarding Calamity diff. 100%, by the way. You can, it's fine. I mean, you can either, I've said it before, if it's like, if there's like big mods or big servers or big content creators, you can probably also give it to me like privately if I've added you as a friend and or messages anyway, and that's fine. Yeah, that's okay. Otherwise, on my Discord server, we do have the Hytale modding wishlist, so that, you know, it's also kind of nice to see, okay, what has been like sort of suggested already, which obviously it's going to be updated in Trello. Don't worry. It's like we started not even that long ago. For keybinds with a sync interaction chain, could maybe piggyback off of the client. I barely came in, so I'm not sure you already talked about it. I did not. Is that a thing? Oh, sync interaction chains. I would assume that they kind of know what to do here, right? Perfect, we'll keep it in mind. Awesome. And absolutely. You make a custom asset type using plugins that people can change in the asset editor. Yep, that works. I actually have this right here. So, I mean, listen, it doesn't work right now. You can't really do anything with it, but if I go to my localhost server, dun, 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 and we go into the asset editor, we can see, yes, we can see, where is it? Test 1. So we go in, test 1, look at this, boom, data. My cool data. 1. Boom. Now I have a JSON data. Isn't that cool? I'm not doing anything with it, but it is possible. And it is actually very easy. Well, I mean, I say very easy. It's, so this has a, this is a bison document, where, which would be the extra string data right here, I assume, right? This is like this guy. The data, I think. I hope. Right? Boom. And, yeah, so you just need a codec, basically. That's like the most important bit about this. That's a gateway for custom libraries. Oh, yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right? It makes sense that they definitely added this already, so... Yeah, and we actually also have... So this is obviously the, my plugin for ore generation v1, right? So world generation, and then custom origin v1, which I can show you as well, by the way. Does work, as you can see, right? And it works with multiple packs, right? So right now, what you can do is you can basically make a JSON file and add your ores, and it will generate the ores within the world. And it does it during the same world generation process as vanilla. We are looking at releasing the plugin soon. Yeah, it looks crazy because I changed the things, but it's a proof of concept, basically, right? And yeah, that does work, and we want to basically release that soon-ish. Have to like do a couple of things still there, but I think maybe next week, maybe weekend or next week, because I'm working with it with Haro, and he's helping me with that quite significantly. So that's going to be pretty good. Yeah. So then we have a way of doing a World Gen V1 ore generation. I will then also basically literally just submit that plugin as an idea to, like, on the Trello board, right? I'm literally just gonna like add this as an idea, because to like further explain the Trello board, this is why I have the like pseudocode over here. This is literally what they said they want, right? They really want, okay, how do modders want to interact with this particular part of the ecosystem, right? How, like, okay, we want custom keybinds. Now, you know, now I'm having, okay, this is my idea to make it, and then this is the way that we wanted to interface with it, right? So maybe it's this way over here, where we have the where we have this. We would probably also actually, by the way, have another one, I would assume, which would be the awesome packet handle method. I feel like that's another one, right? And this would then be the custom. This would then be a, you know, custom code or whatever, right? Like, you basically the handle method, and this is where you then do stuff if you wanted to have code. And yeah, how would we handle conflicts? I mean, maybe just like tell the user. I don't know. and I put this into must-have in my opinion, because I think that for any interesting, like for any really interesting stuff, we need custom keybinds. Now, another thing, okay? Give me another thing. For custom keybinds, would you not say that I'm an enterprise Java engineer? I love seeing all of this. So, okay, then tell me this, okay? Because you are more inside of this like enterprise sort of ecosystem than I am. I have studied computer science. I have a master's in computer science, but you know how it is with people who've studied or with people who are who've gone to university. It is what it is. I really want to know if I have something like this, right? Where I have a user story with an actual, like the current thing, and then a target thing, right? This is what actually happens right now. This is the target. And then I give you an implementation concept, right? So either references of code, references of other systems that use it, a proposed approach over here, and some additional notes. I give you the priority, the demand. I give you some labels, right? Like a bug, is it a critical bug, wherever. Is this sort of a good way that if you receive this as an engineer, are you like, oh my God, I want all my PMs to do stuff like this? Like, I really want to know. Like, I just sort of, you know, yeah, it's a solid structure that Jira uses right now. Okay. Because, like, the thing about it is that, obviously, this is it's number one, it's like an experimental role anyway, but, like, as in, like, I don't think a official modding ambassador has ever been made, right? So, I'd say yes. Okay, awesome. Okay. I mean, I also really would like this, but it's just sort of, it's just hard to know, right? Because, you know, I'm very far out specifically when it comes to anything sort of deeply enterprise. Now, it's not really enterprise, but yeah. For sure, your whole setup is how we get tickets, and you're doing more than a lot of PMs and BS. Okay, different niche, but the same. Yeah, that's fair. It's a good workflow. Okay, awesome. 1% understanding, 99% trusting. True. I did work placement with rare replay. They did a very similar thing. Okay, just needs a sideways stair placement card. Better than ones at what's the work? Okay, that's like literally all I asked a couple of other people as well, and they said, you know what, this looks really nice. I think Hero said if I got tickets like that, I would be super happy, because the tickets he gets now are like not so good. Let's say. I think it's very well for planning. Okay, awesome, great. Now there's another thing for keybinds now. What about custom context? I think not only should there be modifiers like controller shift, but also only like do things if, you know, certain item is held, certain XYZ. Now, theoretically, wouldn't this already work with the custom interactions? I think it does, right? If I have a custom interaction, that already works. Or let's see. Do I have anything over here? Poop. Ingredient poop. Sure. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's a projectile. Okay, then just override the normal poop. I think that should work. Item. So if we have interactions right here, I'm pretty sure I could theoretically, if I do an embedded one, I can do rules and settings. Surely that is how you could... Okay, settings is not it, but like... Surely with the rules and stuff, you can target this already, right? When I worked with 600 plus devs at a Fortune 10 company, holy schmoly. That looked like the industry standard. The documentation in your Obsidian was better than our Confluence. Okay, that's all I wanted to hear. That's all. Listen, I'm... You know, we'll see. But I just want to... I'm setting a high bar for myself as well, right? Can we change the music from crickets to something different? Yes. Time set midday. There you go. Now we have nature sounds. Okay, that's pretty good. All right. Thank you so much for your great tutorials. They really gave me the confidence to get started. Are you planning to do a UI tutorial at some point? I'm working on custom workbench. Coming the original, yeah. So I am planning to do custom workbench as well as a custom UI, though the UI is it's hard. I genuinely thought it was stream background music. Yeah, literally, I just have Hytale open in the background. I also love someone, like a friend of mine was tagged me on Discord, and he was like, "Oh, you're addicted to Hytale." I'm like, brother, because I think I have like a 19-day streak on Hytale on Discord. He's like, "Bro, you are obsessed." I'm like, I haven't even played the game. I haven't even played the game after release. Okay, I played it a little bit in early release, like before it came out, when I had like early access. That's it. All right. But yeah, I haven't even played it. I need to. I have not done anything. Say, I'm coding all day, not really playing. I will say this to me personally, and I really think it is the case. Like, I love this stuff. Okay, I love coding, and I sometimes derive more pleasure from coding something really hard and getting it to work than actually playing the game. I'm gonna be real. Why isn't interaction a separate asset? It is. It is. So, interactions are a separate asset. Sounds too general to be re-implemented in items, keybinds. Yeah. Well, I'm just sort of like wondering if maybe we can just add this as like a thing, right? So custom context. I can do like doable via interactions ? Otherwise, what I would think is like if certain items are held slash armor is equipped, you know, things like that, right? So you have like certain contexts where this sort of works. And I feel like that's the rough idea of a custom keybind, right? 19-day streak isn't bad. A friend of mine is on a 531 streak of playing League. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. That's oof, wow. I'm sorry about that. That's a real issue. Currently been following your Java 1.20.1 modding tutorial series as an introduction to Java tied directly into Minecraft architecture. How hard will it be to make a tech mod as a beginner? So it depends. So even it highly depends on how much like how deep you want to go. Because like usually tech mods are custom machines. So that means that you would need custom block entities, and those can get quite complicated. But yeah, it's about sticking with it, trying to do all sorts of things. It's probably going to take a while to learn a lot of things to get to the point where you can do it. But if you stick with it, and when I say it's probably going to take like several months, probably. Like that's just the reality of it, right? It's not like you can't just like sit down on a long weekend and like make a cool tech mod, right? It's gonna be a journey at the very least. But enjoy the journey, because that's worth more than anything. Enjoy the journey. 531 missing his girlfriend. You think someone who's playing League has a girlfriend? That's the first joke right there. Or they play together. You know how it is. You know how it is, okay? It's gonna be this. That's what it is, okay? Like, it's just like, that's just, there's no other way, right? Either he doesn't have a girlfriend or they play together. And let's be honest, like, she's 100% gonna be like an Ori main or something like that. Oh boy. That's crazy. That's crazy. And he's gonna be a jungler. There's no other way. Who's a jungler that he could play? That makes sense. I've no... By the way, I last played League of Legends like 14 years ago or some shit. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's like, it's been a long time ago. I have no idea anymore. I played Vigor back in the day a lot. I really liked him. Really enjoyed that. You know, you trap him in the thing, and then you just go Q, and then it's over. It's over. Hytale and Ari are broken. Well, there you go. What about a heuristic to automate conflict resolution using a key near the conflict? I think when it comes to conflict, it's just like telling the user and then they decide to do a conflict, or server owner changes it, right? Maybe. So that when you have the keybind in the asset editor, you could override a custom keybind by only changing the key code. Because I feel like that's not the worst idea in the world. We get together almost. She doesn't play the game. She doesn't game at all. Wait, you are part of the streak? I thought that you were talking about a friend. Were you talking about yourself? Gideon, you disappoint me. Okay, I think it's imperative for modpack creators to be able to change it. Yeah, maybe via a keybind mapper asset. True! Yeah, that's actually true. Conflict. Server owner changes it. Keybind mapper asset. Because we have to really go. This is okay, guys. This is, by the way, for now. I do not want to claim that I'm an expert in game development because I'm not. Okay, I just want to tell this. Okay, I'm just gonna say this because I don't have like 20 years of experience in the games industry, and I'm not like I'm not like a second generational hire in some company. Okay, that is not me. I know I've worked with many things. I've tried on many things, but I'm not that. But one thing that I can tell you is this is the thing that many people don't quite realize when it comes to not only game development but programming in general. Every case, you have to catch every case, okay? You have to catch every case. So that means that when we think about things like conflict, yeah, we have to think about how would we deal with conflicts, okay? And then we have to think about, okay, keybind mapper asset. Are there any issues with that either, right? So you have to go each step, boop, 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 boop. So, I don't know. Oops. Oh, software, yeah. You're good, Kamjo. I think your methodology is spot on. Yeah. First, second generation Blizzard employee, come confirm. No. I'm the first 7th generational Hytale modder, okay? Makes no sense at all, but it's fine. Conflicts should happen within the same context. I think that's hard. I think that explodes, like that's a combinatory explosion. I don't think you can do that. I think you really can only do tell you, okay, keybind happens here, boom. Or you ignore it, right? Or the conflict is ignored. Right? Because if I have two, like I can press X, right? So I have a jetpack item and I have a I don't know, like a magic book item, right? If the jetpack item and if I have that equipped, I press X, then I don't know, I fly up in the air, whatever, right? And then if I have the book item in my hand and I press X, and then I don't know, like I shoot a fireball, just for the sake of argument, okay? Would depends on if there was a conflict or not then, right? Like I don't know. It's bad to have a 50,000 day streak of watching Kamjo. I don't think that's true. Conflict should happen. Because like you get into the issue where, you know, I don't know. Catch my cause here again. Hello. Theoretically, if we separate the interaction and the keybind asset, then conflicts could just happen together. To be honest, also, it wouldn't matter, right? Because like you could just have both things at the same time happen, right? Like that like because theoretically, if you have an interaction, there exists such a thing as a parallel, right? Like you can like there are parallel interactions, so there's no reason why you can't have that, right? Like that's not like. So I think we don't deal with it at all, right? We just do those things. We'd say, hey, the server owner slash modpack maker can change it, right? With a custom keybind mapper asset. And we also tell the user if there's something like that. And then maybe disableable. Is that a word? No. Maybe toggleable by server owner or something like that, right? Maybe there's something like that. The lower bidder of entry is a overload. Oh yeah, so the solution to overlapping IDs is that I will add a card over here, which is a highly suggested thing as well. If two mods add the same Kakapu. I mean, I feel like the example could be a little bit different, but I mean, it's fine. Okay, it's fine. They shouldn't be overriding each other. Yes. Maybe we use a different example. Not because I'm not like, but just because it's a little bit complicated over here, okay? Maybe we do a, maybe we do an anteater. How about that? An anteater NPC, okay? So we add an anteater NPC. All IDs, okay. If two mods add, e.g. an anteater, they shouldn't be overriding each other. All IDs like that should be namespaced, like in Minecraft, e.g. Yeah, that's gonna be the cool mob mod. And then we do this one, which is the and well, we have Alex's NPCs, right? Just like to like get in examples over here. In okay. Which namespace would include mod names like an NPC? I think like this has to be a thing that has to be implemented, right? Maybe they just don't. Maybe they're not going to do that. That's fine, but like we at least should know, right? There should be something there. Why not keybinds per player and the server just defines the defaults? That's basically what we had. That's basically the idea of the keybinds. But you still have to tell the user, or you know, make a like a keybind mapper, you know. By the way, if I'm jumping between those, that's just how my brain works. By the way, just so that you know, I don't have ADHD. I actually I'm not diagnosed, but I feel like we yeah okay, it's fine. Replace. I have the issues when plugin overrides something general. Override my mod. Edit in the asset editor run runtime not to override the changes. Replaces the whole asset for some reason. Better you'll be some patcher. You can define. Right. So. Oh wow. So basically two different types of overrides. So overrides and patchers. So the thought is that instead of, oh my god, this is actually a really interesting idea. So I go ingredient poop, right? And instead of going in and saying override asset, I say patch asset. Now I get the same thing right here, but everything that already is filled in by the normal one has a star saying, basically it's almost like parenting it, right? But now I change something and it takes it from this. So it's almost as if you take the default one and set it as the parent, and then just the changes of the child are mentioned. Like parent and uncle. Yeah, it would be, instead of a parent, it would be an uncle. Bro, if we get that through to call it an uncle, I would go crazy. Yeah, I think that's true. Mods should be additive, not destructive. It's not overriding, but applying actions. Yeah. So basically we have I come into the stream and see you're sitting thinking about poop again. Listen, it's just one of the easiest ones to just go. Basically, Unity's prefab variants. Kind of like, right? It's like a prefab variant, right? Prefab variant. But the issue is that it's not even that. It's different because you would have two different prefab. It's not that actually at all. No. Because the prefab variants don't overwrite the original. But the point is that if poop is overwritten by two different packs, I want you to either be able to exactly just replace one thing and then another thing. Like, let's say I set the item quality of poop to legendary, right? That's fine. But now my custom poop, just because I set it to legendary, or it's my funny poop mod, whatever, just this change makes it so that any other asset pack that also overrides poop to do something else is gonna be ignored. Even though the only change that I have is this. So theoretically what it should do is, it should just figure it out. Just figure out the changes that I've made right here. Or instead of overriding everything, I just say, hey, literally the only thing that changed is, yeah. Also give a priority number to each change. I think that's hard, right? Because people would be like, oh, my thing is like the most important. Today I learned pibbling is the neutral version of uncle and aunt. I knew nibbling, but I didn't know pibbling. What the actual frick? The husband and wife or spouses? Yeah. Your mother and your father or parents? Brother and sister or siblings? The daughter and the son or children? Nephew and niece or nibblings? I knew that. Aunt and uncle or pibblings? Mother-in-law and father-in-law? Well, obviously mother and father-in-law are just parents-in-law, right? And then grandma, grandpa, or grandparents. I guess the more you know. Okay. I don't like it, but it's true. You as a plugin user can define the priority in the config yourself. Okay. Yes. Assets change this thing with patcher. Okay. Bro, who's sniffing here? Do you hear this? Can we get some sniffers in chat? Brother. Unbelievable, man. Time set midday. Time pause. Okay. Oh, this is nice. What about relative? Sniffer, nice. Don't like that band. No. That's not how what you do. I mean, I do via the config people decide if they want to change it. Okay. Instead of only having override asset, create the patcher asset. Allows to override only certain fields, but not the entire asset. This allows multiple pack compatibility. Conflicts can be solved. Let's say true conflicts can be solved by not override apply actions. Oh, interesting. Okay, that's sensible. I like that even more, yeah. Instead, of having override assets. Make it actions. Replace. Replaces the asset entirely. Add. Adds fields / data to the asset. Enables pack compatibility. Delete. Removes the asset entirely. Let's do changes. Let's call it not add, but change. How about that? Yeah, I think that that's fine. Because add should be, could also be different there, right? Make it actions. Have you checked out the combat test night NPC role? I have not. So only how override, make it actions, replace, change, delete. And then additionally add a config to clear, a config to clear conflicts. Oh, that's a mouthful. For load order priority. I was thinking more like add, remove, delete a component value to asset. Okay, fair enough. Let me think about this. So you can add, remove, delete components. That for packs to override vanilla stuff. Yes. I mean, theoretically, it would work with other mods as well. Why not? This is Obsidian. Really cool map. And the coolest thing about it, let me actually double check. I don't want to... That's fine. The coolest thing is each different thing right here is its individual thing, right? So you have a graph view that looks like this. So everything is connected with each other, right? So I have like mentors right here, and I just like mentioned you can link them together. Super freaking cool. Like, it's actually really cool. It's a really nice app. Highly recommended. Like, genuinely. I think players should be able to define the priority by being able to reorder mods in a list. Yeah, I mean, maybe. Wait, is this Obsidian? It is Obsidian, yeah. I was at overrides and patches. Remove, I think, should be... Replace, add before, add after. Seems good for planning stuff. Yeah, that's the idea, right? I was like, you know, specifically, I really like the fact that I can do like short snippets over here, right? Just short snippets. And then I can always copy this over and then put it into the Trello board afterwards. Okay, so instead of replacing assets, it would be specific things. You can give mod makers the ability to prioritize patches. Worst case scenario, mod pack creators can override them. Yeah, I think so too. Replace. Okay. Well, my question is like, I don't know, like adding fields. I'm not sure, because like, okay, if I don't put in a quality right here. It doesn't appear right here, right? Like nowhere in here does it say quality right now. If I add it, right? Boom, boom, boom. Whatever, right? Now I have somewhere in here the quality, right? There it is, right? Boom. This was added. What is this? Is this a replace? Is this an add? Because it replaced nothing with something. I feel like it's not... Because like the field itself always exists within the asset editor, if that makes sense. Oh, Hytale already has poop. Of course. Of course it does. That's why it's the greatest game of the century over here. It's really semantics, but I think it'd be clearer if it's adding. Okay. No, no, listen, I'm with you. I'm with you. It's totally fine. Like, I'm not, you know. So it's add, which is changes fields data to the asset, which is the thing that enables this. Then we get a remove, which is also a change in data. I mean, it removes it, but like, I don't see why we want the actions on the level of the data on the assets. Because I feel like if I go back over here one more time to what I had before right here with the replace basically being replacing the entire asset, the changing just certain fields and then removing the entire asset. For some reason this tracks more for me because add, remove and delete individual components and values within the asset, I feel like this is all covered by the change. Or am I missing? Listen, I might be missing something, right? I mean, I'm not saying that it just doesn't sort of track for me. Like the logic doesn't quite work. You have the Trello board for suggestions up. So the Trello board is up. However, the way to add suggestions right now, you can join my Discord server and add them right here in the Hytale modding wishlist. You can also, you know, in this case, you can send them in chat if you have something. Then I can like sort of add them on like a list or something like that. But yeah. That's right now. Because, like, this is a view only, right? This is public view only. Oh, I think override equals complete. Replace compatibility doesn't matter. Yes. And then patcher would be a tweak. Exactly, right? So you would have, like, two different sort of lines. Look at that. Ask for the Discord and you shall receive. Look at that. It was automatic. It just takes a moment to like send the message, you know? Please? Does it send the message? Okay, see, I told you it takes a moment to send the message. Oh man. I don't know if it was mentioned, but when you duplicate assets, the name field should be filled with a name, not empty. How long did it take you to learn Obsidian? Doesn't feel like it's that crazy. It's like, it seems like it's a normal just mark up, markdown language stuff, you know? Not that crazy. I personally like the idea of like the having two separate sort of things, right? How do you make a table? See that right now, for example, I don't know. I think you could just do this, right? Wait, can't you do that? Hello? Am I in reading mode? No. I thought you can do slash commands. Well, the more I know. Obsidian was pretty pick up and use. Yeah, so like with normal stuff, it's easy. Obsidian table. Advanced formatting options. Oh, that's how it looks like. There you go. Boom. There you go. Now we have a table. Easy. Yes, yes. It's like asking how long does it take to learn Notepad. That's kind of funny. Override. Patcher. How do I go back in? How do I go back in? I can't. Hello? Oh, that's annoying. Okay, I don't like that. Break off then. Whatever. That's stupid. Or maybe it does take a little bit more to get used to this. How much is Hytale, by the way? It is $20. However, they do have some amount of regional pricing. So you can double check. Yeah, if you do buy it, use the code COUNTJO in order to support me if you wanted to. But you don't have to. Can someone answer in chat? Will this be available after watch? Yes, it is. So on the YouTube channel, the VODs are all available afterwards. What could be good for newcomers would be some hint info that block textures need to be multiples of 32 to not break the atlas. Oh. Okay, I actually want to pick your brain for just a second, SketchMcCall. So I have the following. I've run into this and I'm actually a little bit annoyed. I have made a beautiful, beautiful strawberry. Okay? Now you might say, Hauptmann, we're going to see your strawberry and you're going to be like, okay, maybe it's not that beautiful. Okay. Now, this right here is this beautiful strawberry. Okay? Now, you can see it, right? This is a strawberry. Looks absolutely fantastic, right? I've made this, I've shaded it. Yeah, there's like, whatever, right? But it's a beautiful strawberry. You can see clearly this is a strawberry. Amazing. Amazing. Now, as you can clearly see right here, the texture is 128. It says 128 by 128, and it is a 128x. Now, yes, I know that you see the issue already. I go in and I export this as a blocky model, and I get this. Because the texture goes to 32. Why? Because if I were to open, I just don't want to spoil anything if I have something. If I were to open the corn, for example, no issues whatsoever. 64. That works. You can resize it apparently. How? Why? Because the UV over here is set up differently. But I can't change the UV size. It doesn't save it. Right? Beautiful without pits. Oh, come on. Acorn? Unbelievable, man. Who's ever seen a red acorn? Right-click the window with the UV. I know I can change the UV size, but it doesn't keep it. It does not keep it here. I don't understand the UV settings in Blockbench. You can change it, gotta be in paint room. Okay, I've saved this as a blocky model. You see this, right? Strawberry blocky model. I close. It's fine, I have nothing else in here. I reopen the blocky model. Green. Green. Gotta be in paint. No, you don't. Right-click the model. UV. Per face UV. It is UV. Then you move the little squares. Yeah, but I can move the squares. But I want this to be a 128 by 128 picture. I think I've had this issue before, but I managed to fix it somehow. Delete the texture, create a new one. Why? I have a 128 by 128 picture. Why? There's no reason. Oh, make a new one? But it doesn't save it. It's not gonna do it. It's not gonna do it. Why did the, oh, because I selected everything. That's fair. Something isn't attached right. Yeah, it shouldn't matter. Download the texture and convert it to... But if it's 32 by 32, it looks stupid. I want a 128 by 128 texture. Okay? And surely it's somehow possible. Surely it's somehow possible. And I just don't understand what it is. Like, I changed this to 32 by 32 here. Boom. I don't think so. In corn, there's like a... I mean, maybe. Straw, whatever. There you go. 128 by 128. And then it changes the 32 here. Why? Why? Resize the texture. I don't... It doesn't... It's 128 by 128. Like, why if I do 32 by 32... Wait, what? But it's 32 again over here. It's the UV size. You're rescaling the UV automatically. I'm not doing anything, okay? This works. Okay? Oh wait, this UV size is... Why is that bigger? I don't get it. So I have a... I changed it here, but then it's like... No, that's not what I want to do. Plugin rescales UV automatically. Bro, this is actually... It's actually so... It's actually so annoying. Is it a bug or not? Because, like, this doesn't make any sense to me. Like, if I understood now that the original... This is the original thing, right? I can go back. Discord. Okay. This is the original BB model. This is a block model file, okay? Now, the original block model file, I made a 128 PNG because I thought that was nicer. It happens with Minecraft models too. Paint room, image, resize, texture, scale, crop, and expand. Paint, image, resize texture. Okay. Right. Now, what do I want to do? If I make it 32 by 32, obviously it's going to do this. So I don't want to do that. And now it's 8 by 8. Scale. I want to go to scale. All right, we go to scale. Are we scaling it up so we can scale it down later? 512? So putting it to 512 so that we can put the UV size to 128 by 128, and then all of a sudden it doesn't work either. I just... Okay. Go back. Stop. It's fine. It's fine. Listen. Prop. Cool stuff. Okay. I start right here, okay? Disregard the old model. Fuck it. Throw it in the trash. I don't care. I have a cool stuff right here. What do I need to do right now? Do I already need to know my texture beforehand in order for the UV to work? Right? That's the pixel density. But why does it say texture size? So I can do 32 by 32. We're good. Boom. I add a thing over here. Let's go. Everyone's happy. All right. Now, props have a pixel density of 32 characters of 64. The Hytale plugin limits the pixels. It can't be 128 by 128. Okay, so you're saying that the only issue is that it's 128 by 128. But 69 by 64 works. You need to delete the texture. Then we go in and we say it's 128 by 128. And then do this again. And then make a new texture with a pixel density of 128. Why can I not change this after the fact? Well, there's no way. Why is this a thing? Why is this only a thing right here? Can you tell me this? Why? And then this does it. No, it doesn't do it because it's 32 over here again. You can't. It's a prop. Stored on blank. It's still 64x though. I'm sorry. this is not a... I'm sorry. There's no way that I will accept that this is a stupid user problem. That is a user interface problem. Because this doesn't make any sense. So you have pixel density and you have a texture size and you have a... I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Something about that just does not make sense, does it? I just don't understand it. And I do not accept... I refuse to accept that I'm just stupid, okay? Now, I might be stupid, but I'm not dumb. And specifically not for this, okay? Those are two different things. Has nothing to do with it. Okay. I will give you... So, this is the strawberry with the correct thing that I want. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, I got this. Then I have the BB model file. The blocky model file. That is this one right here. Boom. I go in. That's the one with the issue. Boom. And then I also have a small strawberry texture if you want it. I've sent this to you, Sketch Macaw. Those are the things. See, like, feel free to play around with it. I just don't get it. Okay, calm down. Go create a texture. Click on the black. Right click on the generated texture. When looking at the block, get pranked by Blockbench. I'm actually, I'm just losing my mind. It's just like it doesn't make any sense. Hytale has 32 or 64 because every unit has to be 1 pixel. All right, so it has to be, okay. So, all right, I understand. Okay. All right, fair enough. Right. Okay. Okay, it has to be 64. 32. Just delete the entire thing. I'm just gonna remove everything. Okay? I'm just gonna remove everything. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna be real. I don't give up. I'm not. I'm just gonna get everyone else to make me models. I'm gonna be real. I like this. I'm sorry. This is crazy. This is crazy. It's a prop. It's a prop. I mean, I just wanted a strawberry that has a 128 by 128 texture, literally like this. I do not understand why I can't just export this blocky model. Everyone's happy. Like this, it doesn't make any sense. It displays properly over here. It works as a block model. I'm feeling a crasher coming. I'm gonna be real. I'm feeling a crasher coming. It's just weird. Props have strict texture sizes. Okay, how much do you guys charge for a small model? Talk to me. Relatable. It's like actually insane. This is like actually, I'm close to crashing out here. Texture size is based on the number of pixels. I'm done with block model for the day. Okay, I can't deal with this. Get me back into code, okay? Oh, this is so much nicer. Okay. Yes. Logger add info. Okay, that's better. Chill, man. I might get it working. No, listen. I mean, it's not. I'm not saying it like that. It's just that I like. It's just annoying that it like is weird. I just don't get it. I had the same issue 2 weeks ago. I ended up commissioning a friend that does 3D modeling. Yeah. Nizro, do you ever think I didn't have respect for artists before? Excuse me? Hello? Are you crazy? Have you lost your mind? Almost anything that I have made in like tutorials or otherwise is made by an artist, man. Even more respect. I don't know if I can have more respect, okay? Everything is weird the first time around, mate. Don't you know it? Okay, Happened to me during the jam. That's rough. To sum it up, your texture size can be 666 by 666, but model pixel density is either 32 or 64. Okay, I know that I'm going to crash out again, but I'm just going to go in here. One of my issues is that if we talk about pixel density, okay? This number right here. I do not understand this. So there's a number of pixel density. So the pixel density here is 128. The texture is 128 by 128. What the fuck is then the UV size? Do you see how there's like 3 different numbers that in my mind sort of express exactly the same fucking thing? Like none of it makes sense. I'm gonna ask. We're gonna go to ChatGPT because I need to research this right now. Okay, let me see. In Blockbench, we have a texture size 128 by 128. We also have a UV size 32 by 32, and we also have a pixel density which is 128. Explain to me what the difference between those are. Totally fair question. Yeah, exactly. The texture size. Okay, I understand this. I understood this. Okay, don't think that I needed this. So the UV size is the coordinate system used for mapping geometry to the texture. 4. I'm gonna. The logical grid where faces sit on the texture. A graph laid over a canvas. This controls the geometry appears relative to the pixel texture. That's literally not. You're gonna have a laugh. Check the Discord. Did you actually get it to work? Blocky model. Let's see. Sketch Macaw comes to my rescue. Select files. Excuse me, can you maybe not just go into my downloads folder and show everyone my downloads? That's not okay. It makes sense though why it chose the downloads folder, because I was in there. Wait a second, let me go in here. Oop. I'm like, usually, I'm not like, it's not a big deal that the downloads folder is shown. I'm just like worried because I often download like invoices, and obviously sometimes the invoices have like my, you know, I don't know, like my full name and stuff like that on there. Specifically if it's an invoice by my bank, it literally has my complete like bank stuff in the name of the invoice PDF. I should probably change it. But you know, that's why I'm mostly worried actually. Let's see. No, you don't understand. Get me this one, the magic one. Okay. Frick you. Okay, look at that. This now will work. Why do I know that this will work? Because it says 128 right here, and it says 32 right here. And now it works. And I don't know why. Yes, that will work. Yeah, I know. But I'm not able to change the UV and stuff. I made the model bigger by a lot and then stretched it. I don't know, man. Thank you, man. But like, that's just like actually just... I just still... none of this still makes sense to me. Okay? It still does not make sense to me. I think I don't have the patience to understand this right now. I'm gonna be real. It is what it is. Exactly. Whatever. Your texture is 128. And the UV size is 32. Each voxel there is will be 4 pixels from the texture. Yeah, wait a second. I have a voxel. And it's going to take 4 pixels and plop them on there. Okay? If you have 28 pixel UV, then each... Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll stick to code, okay? I'll stick to code. I just... I'm okay. Thank you. I'll stick to code. Listen, guys. I just want you to see this, okay? Because, let's be honest, this is a big thing. You know? I just want you to see. I have made a custom block bench... I've made a custom block bench tutorial before, okay? And just so that you're aware, okay? This is the creature that I've made. This guy right here. So maybe now you know why I have an artist. You know, maybe you now understand. The old gecko lip creature. It's great. Oh yeah, wow, nice creature. Wait, wow, yeah. Really great. They're really awesome. It's just so actually just crazy. Also, where is Legentus, okay? Where is the guy? That's how is he not here? Is he still sleeping? Well, he's not online, so that's not good. Is the Might Mage here? Mage, are you here? Have you watched my suffering the entire time? Probably watching in yeah. You're letting your emotions win. Put your emotions aside. You're a warrior, meant to lead the rest. I don't know where I went wrong, but I warned you. And you failed the test. No! And now I'm gone this way. Bummer. Bummer. And now Athena's gone. Well, it is what it is. Or maybe Makar's gonna go. Okay. Whatever. That's fine. You listen to Epic. You don't even understand what you've just... You don't even understand what you just asked, okay? Listen, listen, okay? I don't listen to Epic. I do listen to Epic, but I don't only listen to Epic, okay? What I have is I have a very special playlist that I scour every time I want to listen to Epic. And that special playlist is VTubers reacting to Epic the musical. I swear to God, I've gone through this playlist like numerous times, and that's what runs in the background for me, okay? This is like a niche of a niche of a niche. This is like I am the target demographic of this. I'm sorry. That's just like the case, okay? And sometimes I start them and sometimes I don't like them. Right now I'm looking the one from Octonai. This one's pretty good. There you go. Screenshot it. Go for the screenshot. Everyone knows anyway. Oh man. Yeah. That's a very strange niche one. Oh, there's another strange niche one, which actually I'm saddened that there's barely anyone that does this. Or no one basically. I think only Bendoki has done this. She has a stream where she has a all has-been hotel songs in order karaoke right here. I'm probably responsible for at least like 10 views, if not more. I'm not even kidding. I'm probably responsible for like 10 views here. This is really good. I like this as well. There you go. So, if you want to know, now you know. Let me resize this again. I have no idea what anything that was just on screen was. It's fine. You're good. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Anime. Sure. Let's say that. Let's say that it is anime. Okay, let's add one over here. Custom keybinds. So that people are like, oh, stuff is happening. IMO, I'm gonna be real. In my opinion, must have and very high. Am I wrong? This seems like it's a thing that has to happen. Right? Actual, there is no way to register custom keybinds right now. Target. Both API or both, I mean API is fine. Both plugin API registry and assets and data driven assets that allow for registering custom keybinds. In API case, execute handle method. In data driven case, trigger interactions. Right? That's the idea. You've taught me so much. I don't want you to crash out something that's trivial. It has nothing to do with you know, it being trivial or not. I think that it has more to do with, like, obviously that we're just sort of, you just gotta, like, I'm just not in the headspace of trying to figure this out right now, because the fact that my perception is that it should be super damn easy to do this. It should just work, in my opinion, but it isn't. Is making me annoyed, basically. No example, because there's not, like, really a reason for an example. That's kind of like what we had, right? For this, there's no way to register custom keybinds right now. Boom. That's the actual right now position. Both long. Okay. Yes. And then we add then we add our thing. Potential approach. Proposed approach. Do you have any reference? Yeah, we're gonna add a reference as a gist over here, but that's gonna be fine. So this is gonna be potential approach. Server decides we need to register a keybind. Oh boy, that's really? Hello? Hello? Can you not? If it's gonna okay, good. I was the server gets sets those def okay. It's a UV issue. Okay. UVs are just horrific to work with. Well, there you go. Don't need to add, shoehorn a modify combination. We already thought about that. Make custom keybinds in UIs. Can you? Are you sure about this? I've not heard about this. Can anyone confirm or deny custom keybinds in custom UIs? Server decides we need a custom keybind registered. Example, API call C references. Can you add code here? Probably not, right? Oh, shoot, boop. You actually can. That's huge. That's huge. Okay. Everything has been... Nah. We now know why we want to use this. Boom. That's huge. I don't even need to make a gist for this. Nice. Can you read this once it's done? That's okay. That's fine. Yeah. Also, this is not. This wouldn't work. There's one missing closing parenthesis. No one see the missing parentheses? Unbelievable, guys. That's crazy, man. That's crazy, bro. Okay, server designs, we need to... Wait, come to think of it, the custom brush tools often have their own keys. Yeah, but those are defined... Like, there's no way that those are defined, like, on here, right? Like, which brush tool? Like, the ruler, right? Editor ruler. Interaction, use. There's no way to define this, right? Select brush. Builder tools. Tools. Arcs. Ruler. This has to be like sort of put in there somewhere. But yeah. You need to keys registered. Example API call since seen a reference. The server sets those keys to default key code. But on first join, the user is given notice. New keys are added. Information. Client has some way. Okay. I think we've basically defined that this is a custom category, right? Client gets a custom category instead of the settings that get enabled. No, a custom category, that's fine. Instead of the settings that gets enabled while on the server to modify Keybinds. Okay. Then the idea is that are you also responsible for gathering feedback for the node editor? Basically, as far as I understand, any modding tool. So you can definitely add this as well. What do you mean with custom UIs? No, custom UIs inside of Hytale. So you can do custom UIs in Hytale. You push the L. You push L to get the legend. Yeah, but that's 100% done on the client, right? Like that's not a the server probably doesn't know that I pressed L, right? If I have the laser pointer over here and I press L. Okay, the laser pointer obviously the one that it doesn't work. The ruler though. Right? If I press L, this is the server doesn't need to know about the fact that I've just opened the legend right here. Doesn't care about that, right? This is probably client side only. Yeah, know that, but I find it a bit weird. There's no nice tool to visualize it. Getting custom images in. Yeah, custom images is on my list as well. Send custom images dynamically to the client. It would be great to have a system that lets mods send custom images. Packs / plugins. Send custom images dynamically to the client, maybe using a canvas that you can modify each pixel on the fly. Would be really cool. Another option would be adding a way to reload specific items. I actually think assets. This is a huge one actually, because right now apparently there's only one packet that reloads everything. I think having a packet that only reloads certain things is a really good idea. Server might want to know if you are allowed to open the window. True. But, I mean, in this case, I don't see a reason why. Because, like, even if I'm on... Yeah, you're right. Look at this. I'm on... you can't use the builder suits outside of creative mode. But, you can already define that via the asset, I'm pretty sure. Because the interaction, you can set rules for the interaction to determine whether or not you can do a certain interaction on the, whether or not you're there, but I don't know. What are you doing today? We're adding stuff to the ticket system. A system to update signs every X ticks shouldn't be crazy to implement. We're adding tickets to the Trello board. Maybe like a handful or something like that. I don't know. Or maybe just like one or two. Let's see. Because like a couple of them are like pretty high sort of thing, like keybinds. Client gets a customer category added to the keybind. Then we get additional wish would be then also keybinds appear as a like as assets in the asset editor, right? Oh, that's nice. I can make an arrow. That's really nice. Can trigger any interaction on press, hold, or release. The reason why I put certain things in, I mean, trigger maybe doesn't need to be, but sometimes I do certain I do too many, like custom categories could probably be lowercase, right? But then, you know, client, but press, hold, and release I'm going to keep as uppercase because those are sort of keywords, if that makes sense. Also consider modifiers like control plus or shift. Yeah. This should also consider modifiers to be addable. And finally, the custom context. How about multi-press? Yeah, that's what we... The idea, right? Alt? I don't know if alt is necessary. Maybe alt. Well, that's fine. For alt to be addable. Add a click. Press and hold. Click is a click action. If you down... Wait. If you down on cancel, somehow it's not considered a click. You wrote it down the moment I sent the message. It's all good. It's all good. I don't know if... I mean, wouldn't a press be a click as well? Just the press, like just a press of the mouse button, you know? Then we have custom context. Allow for custom context, if not already doable via interactions. Because it might be, and this would then be only trigger interactions if certain conditions are met. Certain item held in hand, certain armor is equipped, etc. And the last one was conflicts, right? Dealing with conflicts. Tell the user. Yes. And make it... No, I think this is the best one. Make it configurable via a keybind mapper asset. And second thing would then be tell the user about possible conflicts. Hytale modding extensive course when? I'm excited for the future of Hytale modding, and I might need to some help to start. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. It's gonna be... We're gonna probably... at the very least, we're gonna wait until the server stuff is out. But yeah, maybe set and define a default setup. One key... On key down, on key up, on key click, on key hold. Oh, I see. I understand. No, you're right. You're right. I actually like that better. On key down, on key up, on key click, on key hold. Reasoning being, on key click is like I press it and it only gets triggered once, right? And I keep holding it down, doesn't matter, right? And then on key down... Give me a second. Don't you only need 3? I feel like you only need 3. Click is a click action. I still don't get 3. I like the names more, but yeah. Like in Unity. Yeah. Started, performed, cancelled. I see. Thanks for your services on modding. I even have your Roblox course. Whoa, that's cool. Okay. That's a long time. Click is down and up in a short time. Oh, okay. I actually wasn't aware of that. I wasn't aware that that's the case. So double click. I see. I understand. Okay. That makes sense. Allow for custom context, if not already doable via interactions. Dealing with conflicts. Make it configurable via a keybind mapper asset. Either like, you know, server owner slash what would that be? Server owner slash mod pack maker. Responsibility. Also, I think that what we should do is we should add another thing right here, which is a I mean, this is a translatable name, right? I don't think that. Okay, question. Can we make the translatable name the same as a unique identifier? There should be no issues with this, right? Like, I probably would call it then keybind.awesome instead of the name, but then maybe for the name, it would just like append it, right? But keybind.awesome would probably work, right? Then I think that this is a unique ID instead of a name. Because you somehow need to be able to say, hey, this is the certain keybind that's pressed regardless of the key. I think the keybind system would be better if it would be the same as in Escape of Tarkov. You single press, double press, hold, release on all keys while all different actions do something else. I don't exactly know how it works in Escape from Tarkov, so I'm not sure. I don't think there's any additional notes. Well, I mean, maybe like highly suggested topic. Server decides we need new keys registered, or keybinds, I guess. The unique key could be Kaupendro awesome mod keybind.awesome. Yeah, well, allow for custom context to keep everything namespaced. Yeah, well, we have the namespace stuff in the future as well. We need to add this as well, but yeah. That's kind of cool. How did you do that? Look at this. Look at this, guys. Sketch Macaw out here. Look at this. Look at this guy. Completely custom animated guy out here. That's pretty cool. I like it. Listen, if it gets posted. Oh, okay. Someone's drilling next door. Do you hear the drilling? Do you hear that? Bzz, bzz, bzz. I have to speak, I think, in order for you to hear. My noise gate is good enough. Is this registry server side? It would feel weird to send every key to the server. Yes. So that is why what I would have wanted to do is, or what I would basically as a concept, I would say the server registers the keybind. And when you register it, it then, the client is told about it, right? So before, not every keybind is sent. Only the ones that actually matter, basically. Like that the server says, hey, this is a new keybind, so every time you press the J key, I want to know about it. Kind of like that. And then obviously, the client should then also be able to change it right here, right? Client gets a custom category instead of settings that get enabled while the server, while on the server to modify the keybinds. So yes, sending everything I don't think is a good idea. Because number one, it would be packets out of the wazoo. Even if it's just a small packet, doesn't matter, right? Like, because like how often do you press buttons? I think that's too many. What about controllers or hit devices? Given the fact that the game right now doesn't even support controllers, I right now wouldn't worry about it. Like that's my opinion on that. Yeah. But then why would it be anything different? Theoretically. Like it should be the same, right? I mean, at that point you just need to like extend the key codes, right? To also include a different thing. I don't know. I think that's fine. For example, you can have the B key on your keyboard and the following actions. Single press. Okay, I understand. That should just be doable here with the system. It should just be doable. Because what you do is you I think it would be doable with the asset editor. This one doesn't really allow for it. Right? Because like this, like the keybind itself right here, I guess you would have to check in the handle method. The handle method would probably get an event, something like a key press event, and you could then check with the key press event, was this a double click, was this an on key down, on key up, things like that, right? So the idea would probably look kind of like this. If I were to add another code snippet here, then it would probably look something like this. This is a public void handle, right? And then what you would get is like a key press event, right? So this event over here, boop. And then it would look kind of like that. Oh, Java, boop. Nice. And then you would probably have something like if event dot get key or get. It's like, I mean, you can do it on many different ways, right? It's like is on key down or whatever, right? You could like check like what kind of a press it is, right? Or you do like I don't know. I think that would be neat. I think it would be, I think it should work. Get mode or something like that, right? And then you do like key press mode. Like there's many different ways to do it, right? Key down. I'm just spitballing. Obviously this doesn't have to be exactly this way, but like but yeah. You may want to add a keybind category to the register. I think it's better to do it with an event that you get via the handle method, right? Because like this tells you, okay, this key was pressed right now. Boom, now I do stuff. Isn't it better to just look specifically for key down, key up? We can also do that. Like it's fine. Like that should work. I mean, you could then what we would do is you would have individual methods for each of those, right? No? Holy schmoly. You can use key down in UIs using the UI builder. What in the actual frick? That's crazy. Right clicking? Now I really want to know. Yep. Custom UI event and bindings. Look at this stuff. You're absolutely right. I mean, then it should be even easier. Am I insane? Like, if this is basically already like a thing that theoretically exists, key down is used nowhere. I feel like this is not 100% implemented, which is fine, but like still. Double clicking, right clicking. When you change something in the code, can you test it at runtime? You have to, when it's in the code as a plugin, you want to run it in debug mode and then press Control F9 if you change something in the code, and that will rebuild your plugin, and then it should work immediately. Obviously depends on exactly what it is, but yeah. But category for the client separate in keybind config menu. Key code and scan code are different. Oh, there is the Might Mage. Hello, hello. I'm pretty sure that that's how every single key event works everywhere else. to actually have like separate ones. So instead of, sorry, because there's like a lot of things going on, like you know, so instead of having this stuff right here, let's just like go in here for just a second, because right now we have this. Oh Jesus. What? Okay. So right now we have this. And why? I don't get it. Yes, and then now we would have then the awesome packet over here, which like on key down handle, like that, individual, or where you're like, no, I actually meant the fact that you get the key press event and then you get like the mode. Keybind theory crafting, pretty much, yeah. The client may receive a keybind category, so it can separate both by mod. Similar on how, right, it receives a keybind category. Does node editor feedback also fall under you? Yeah, you can add that into the Discord server as well if you want to. Any modding tool, any modding tool. Bro. Yeah. Yo, used to watch your Minecraft modding tutorials, now here for the Hytale hype. Let's go. Hello. Like actually crazy how many people are have like seen stuff. I love this as well, by the way. You get like huge content creators and they're like, oh, I've watched this stuff for years, and I'm just like, why did you never reach out? What are you doing out here, man? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, by the way, if you want to know, right here, look at this. We're looking for animators capable of creating Hytale style animations with Blockbench. Now's your time, guys. I'm just saying, now's your time. Go for it. Sketch McCall, where are you? Are you still here? If I don't see a tweet under this in the next hour, I'm gonna come after you. Nah, of course, only if you want to, of course, but like still. No, this is pretty good. Simon even says it. We need animators ASAP. Big update require lots of fun animations. Think about that. Think about that, you know? Job application. Well, I mean, kind of, right? It's like actually crazy. Yeah, learning C# is really not that difficult. If you know Java, then you're good. If I can stay remote. Their entire team is remote. Their entire team is remote. Simple Fox, go in there, and then if you have any animations, send them on Twitter. Yes. Their entire team is remote. You don't have to move anywhere. As far as I understand it. They are heavily set up for remote. Yeah, they are. Okay. Benefits to both, I guess, but having it be part of the event seems intuitive. Right. That's what I'm saying, right, Might Mage? Like, I feel like, I'll leave it for others more interested. I'm too busy. Alright, that's fair. That's okay. Modding for me is just fun. Wouldn't want to do it as a job. Meanwhile, Kaupenjo. Ah! Yeah, well, I mean, it is what it is. It's not really modding, it's teaching modding. It's a different thing, right? Someone asked, by the way, this is not to throw shade, but someone, I think in the Hytale Discord was like, so I checked out this Kaupenjo guy, and for some reason, like, why did they hire this guy? Because he doesn't even have a lot of mods, not even in Minecraft. And I'm like, that's right. But then it was explained. Basically, it's not about having a lot of mods done. Someone then said it's less about mods, it's more about a modding teacher on YouTube, high reputation in the community. And then they said, oh, so it's less user known and more modder known. And I was like, that's a really good way to put it, right? Because, like, basically, I don't know if every modder, but, like, I would say 80% of modders probably have heard the name Kaupenjo before, right? Like, it's just in Minecraft, right? In Minecraft modding. It's probably going to be the case, right? But the users obviously don't, because like, why would, like, that doesn't, you know, most of the time the users don't even know the modders of their favorite mods, right? Like, it's just, right? So why would they know even one step further? Some people are better at making stuff and some people are better at teaching stuff. The real issue is also that those are such different skill sets, right? This is the thing that people just don't quite understand. You can be an expert at certain things, right? But if you can't teach, I've seen people brilliant at whatever they can do, but they can't explain it for the life of them, right? I hopefully am in a good middle there, but yeah. I love to work on the asset editor stuff, but no idea what their priority is there, or even what language. That's true. Hopefully see Simon asking one day. Listen, okay, if I can tell you this, if I'm ever asked, do you know anyone who can work on the modding tools? I got you on the short list, Might Mage, okay? I might need to see some code beforehand, but I'm just saying. Yeah. I feel it's easier and more fun at the moment. Awesome. Yeah, there you go. I think you're able to take high-level concepts and then put them into understandable cognitive concepts that can be read and understood. Nice. Awesome. Yeah, that's sort of the idea, right? Like, one of the things that is just, that was, I always did some tutoring on the side, right? Like, just, you know, for some people here and there, like friends, you know, family, friends and stuff like that. And what was always interesting is that most of the time when I did tutoring, it's actually insane. Most of the time, it was like 30 to 40% maybe the actual teaching the actual concepts. And it's like 60 to 70%, maybe even 80% in some cases, about reframing what is happening. What does that mean? You don't, oh, I'm just bad at math. No, you were never explained well. Like, it's just the case. Like, the issue is just that if you have 30 kids in a class, okay, a normal teacher is going to explain it in one way, done. A good teacher is going to explain it in two ways. With two ways, you probably can cover 70 to 80% of the class. If you have a great teacher, they can probably cover three ways to explain the same concept. So you get maybe like 90 to 95% of the class covered. Maybe 90, let's say, right? But the issue is, it doesn't always land the same way, right? So the way that I'm trying to explain things or understand certain things is that I'm trying to approach it from different angles, right? And it's very hard to do, because once you've understood something in one way, it's really difficult to try to basically pull yourself out of it and then look at it from a different point of view and then understand it in that way. But you have to travel down all of these different roads in order to properly explain it. Which is also one of the reasons why it's sometimes not easy to just be like, can you just make a tutorial on this? I'm like, that's not, you just have to know way more. It's not that easy. So, I don't know. Okay. True, a lot of people who suck at something, they just need a new perspective, which is why teaching them is usually more about observing the way they currently think. Oh, this is exactly right. This is why the tutoring worked for me, or why I was able to like give good tutoring, because you just have to sit down and explain it. It was really, the last time was a family friend, the daughter of a family friend, and she didn't understand certain like math stuff, right? And I was like, okay, you know what's the great thing? If you understand this table right here, you understand everything. And she's like, but I don't understand anything of the table. I'm like, just give me a sec. So then after about, like, we had 3 tutoring sessions. And during the second, when I was, sort of, let's say like 2 or 2.5 hours in, all of a sudden she was like, wait, so I only need to know that and then everything works? I'm like, thank you. Yes. If you know this table, you're good. And then she understood why I said that in the beginning. And then it was amazing. It was amazing. You know, any chance you know if Hypixel needs a product manager? I don't code much. Well, I mean, I guess I'm kind of the product manager for modding right now, right? Like, this is kind of a thing. So I don't know. But yeah. Which is why I really admire how you approach your online tutorials, because you somehow managed to do it without observing your students. I think it's this is also one of the things that I find really interesting. Like, I've never, if you have a, this is why I don't mind if someone's like, oh, that's not a tutorial for me. Yeah, because sometimes maybe I don't vibe with them, or they don't vibe with me. Maybe the way that I explain it is just not right enough. That's totally fine, right? Like, that's totally okay. Why not? Like, it's just, it's you can't cover for everyone. It's just impossible, right? You will have people understand it in different ways. And that's okay. That's okay. So I guess you know what, they said they don't care about that. So okay. Sometimes you want a video, sometimes you just want to read a paragraph or two. I think many people, like, I think a lot of people can follow videos better. Not because you have a visual component, an audio component, and it just puts it together. You know what I mean? Not everyone, and it depends on what it is, right? Do we worry about key held? Well, it would be the same thing, right? We would just have like different things, right? So this is the basically key hold, and the other one would be key click, right? Now, the only issue... Now here, listen. Listen. Now you might say, okay, but like, how do you... you should start leaving the Trello on the descriptions of the lives. That's true, actually. Also, your Discord server. That is also true. There's many of these small things that I need to sort of change and update. Just wondering if it's worth adding to the idea of leaving out at all. So theoretically, I think key down, key up, key hold, key click is fine. Here the questions just now. So this is what I've been told. They don't really care. I should be out of the... I should go in as a modder, okay? How do we want to use... Do we want to use it like this? Right? Do we want to use it like this? Or do we want a custom like event for each of the different ones, right? This is the big question right now. Like, should this be the case where I have one key press event? Now, my question here is the following, okay? Every time I do a key hold, isn't it a key down before? Because in order to get to a key hold, I have to first do a key down. No? So that might be an issue. I personally like this, but I can get messy. I don't think it can get messy. I think it could do emergent behavior we don't want. Because how does the... That's why I was wondering if key held was viable. I think we need another handle for the key hold. Key down plus returns of milliseconds of how long the key event was. Ooh, interesting. But the issue is that I have I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. There's all sorts of weird stuff that can happen there. I understand. I don't think that works. Yeah, I think it's better, right? Otherwise, it would fire twice. I agree. I like separate ones. Yeah, I think so too. It doesn't matter one way or another, right? We can implement it in whatever way we want. That's what I was told. I was told do it in a way that modders want. Don't even think about if it's hard or not. Maybe adding the handlers because yeah, on key down, on key up. Yeah, I was thinking about that too. And now theoretically, we really only need to. So click was I just like press it and release it fast, right? So key down and at that point just do. I think just do individual ones. I'm gonna be real. I think just like do individual ones. No, that's not what I'm... Oh, I mean, that's already in there, so that's fine. I think it's better. I think it's better this way. Because like at that point, it's not that big of a deal. I think this is best. And then the client can decide whether or not it's which one to send, basically. Kind of, right? Like obviously there's some sort of logic that can happen. Okay, so we have the instead of the if over here, we have the handle methods, like 4 different ones. Okay. I don't know. I think it's better. Still in theory has the key up and down issue, all firing together. Why? But it's different methods. It shouldn't matter, right? I'm gonna go to work on some updates. All right, take care. Have a good one. You also get individual info. Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. Also, maybe we should call it maybe the key press packet or something like that, right? Like I'm just maybe like I get calling it awesome packet. Okay, fair enough, but like maybe it should be that, you know. What is this again? Images. Gemini. ChatGPT. Oh yeah, that was a fun one. That was a nice one. Never came out, that video. Bummer. Key down. Key press event dot down. That's how we would do it, right? You'd do individual ones like that. Usually that's what we do. Up. Hold. And click. Nice. With my brain, key down will set a state variable to is down. Then when key up is fired, the same state variables is not. Well, the thing about it is that congrats on being the modding liaison. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, this is just a concept, right? If they say, you know what, wouldn't it be better to do it XYZ? They still can implement it in a different way, right? Like, I don't think that's that big of a deal. Why not handle for the handle 2? Handle down, up, handle hold. Okay, what is this music? I'm just here. It's because I'm in this like sliver of different thing, right? Wasn't I above the water? I feel like I left on the water. Did I just move on my own? That's weird. I don't know about that. Maybe not. Maybe I did go in there. It's fine. There's some checks that key click would be. If you implement it in different handlers, you leave the devs to figure out how to differentiate between the triggers. That's correct. Exactly. That's right. And that's exactly what they said. Listen, I was told, do it in the way that modders would like to do it. If it's difficult for us, he said he doesn't care. Listen, he said that we're going to figure something out, right? And if they have to change it, they have to change it. That's totally fine, right? Like, that's fine. It's a proposal, right? It's a concept, right? It's not like this is the exact 100% the way that this is going to work. But yeah. It's harder for the devs to react to different event combinations. Like handle key down will trigger and handle key held will still trigger if held. Well, this is only for specifically the base key registration. In my opinion, I guess oh yeah, I don't know. The assets would work differently, which doesn't really make a lot of sense, does it? I don't know. That is not an issue? I don't know. You did go back to the game and move your character. Okay, fair enough. I genuinely wasn't aware. Like, I didn't know anymore. Oh. In fact, it's a feature. Yo! It's not a bug, it's a feature! Right. Let's save this for now. And let's see. So this is the... So user story. There is no way to register custom keybinds right now. Both plugin API registry and data-driven assets are that allow for... This would be the target. For registering custom keybinds. In API case, execute handle methods. In data-driven case, trigger interactions. Concept is to register the keybinds over here with a unique ID. And then we have the packets over here. And then this would be the individual packets. I mean, I think that makes sense without this. And then this is an example of the handle methods. I think this should be an event listener class at this point. And then we give the register method to the class. In this life, can I learn how to create? No. No. No, you gotta watch Fingy's live for that. It's funny that you're working on this specifically right now. I was literally just discovering that I couldn't hook into different keybinds with the mod I was working on before I tuned in. Well, there you go. I think it's just one of the things that's like highly suggested, so I think that we definitely need to add this. But yeah. Okay, so just so that you are aware, okay? I know I've been yapping a lot as well. But just so that you are aware, so this is right now how long it took to like add one of the cards over here. Just so that I'm not going to get slandered when people are like, why are there only 5 more cards added? It's not like I can't just like copy it one-to-one from the freaking thing and then just like add it, okay? There's a little bit of work involved in this, okay? I think key click and key hold should be good and easy to add as an interaction to add, but key down and key up would be good for custom things. Yep. Okay. I feel like this is kind of cool. I think this is fine. Like, this is kind of a... I don't know, maybe a... I don't even know if we need this, like... Deserialize. I mean, I guess this is just like a... idea. Is mouse movement worth considering? I think the only thing worth considering in terms of mouse movement is, like the mouse buttons, right? Like, basically have the mouse buttons as key codes as well. But right now, I don't think that's... I think that gets a lot. OS itself differentiates between key down and key held. Well, there you go. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter because, like I said, this is how we would interface with this. What happens in the background, we don't care about at all. That's what they said, right? We shouldn't care about if it's hard to implement. We only care about if this is exactly what modders want. There you go. And they will then sort of weigh the options and think about like sort of what happens here. Okay, custom keybinds goes to planning. IMO, that is fair, and then also labels. It's not a bug. Love that attitude. That's the attitude that I was told. Now, I want to also reiterate over here. It's not like this is just going to be like I'm going to put the custom keybinds in and like in 2 days we have custom keybinds. Okay, you know, maybe set some realistic expectations, right? I mean, it's just a nice way so that the feedback can get pushed to the devs, right? It's probably not going to happen like super fast, but I mean, maybe it will. Who knows? Create a new label. This would be... I kind of want to do client interaction, right? Something like that. Does that make sense? Because it's kind of like client interaction, right? Am I crazy? Okay. Yeah. If it's within a month, we're lucky. Kind of like that. That's fair. I mean, they also have like a lot of other stuff, right? Like, yeah. Do you know if they're planning on opening a base UI to mod us? I think that the UI is going to change significantly in the future as well. Now you hear it though, right? There's no way. But you heard it when I was talking. Okay, whatever. Yeah. You are the pipeline, the advisor, the node that communicates those who have the power. I don't know why, but it sounded like this was written by an AI. I'm sorry. Sorry, but like it just did. So weird. It's weird watching a stream where someone is basically doing my job, except for a much more interesting product. Bro, this is really freaking cool, by the way. I love this, okay? This is like really cool. I'm sorry. It just really sounded like that. I actually just got called. I landed the job. Yo, what? No shot, man. C# developer, DevOps engineer, systems admin. Can we get some claps in chat for our good old friend, the Radiant Gamer out here, who has just landed the C# job. That is crazy, man. Holy schmoly. That's crazy. Huge, man. That's awesome. And all thanks to my tutorials. Okay, that's not true. That's not true. No. That's not true. That's not true. Oh, that's pretty awesome, though. Yeah. You'll be fine with C#. Don't worry. It's like, it's, someone once said it's, looks like C, tastes like Java. That's what C# is. And I think that that's right, isn't it? Look, tastes like C, looks like Java. Let's go. Nice. I have to learn all three, but oh boy, what a journey. It's gonna be awesome, man. Didn't even know there was a C# position. It's not in Hytale. He didn't get a position at Hytale. or is it Hytale? Did you just get hired by Hytale? C# client? No, it's fine. It's fine. Sounds about right, yeah. It's not Hytale. I have my second conversation to finish everything, salary, training, expectations, etc. Nice. Awesome, man. Let's go. Good. All right. I think we have the custom keybinds client interaction. Call it client. Like, you know, to be a little bit more like... Because client interaction is a little bit too specific, I think. 28k. All right. Good, man. Boto, of course. Not bad for a start. Nice. Awesome, man. People say C# is like C. No, it's not. It's just that, you know, I just heard it once, right? Like it's like, it tastes like C and does like Java. I don't know. So XAML files in the Hytale installation directory. Oh, interesting. It's a bit cheap for a 3 different role position. That is true though. Oh, that's a really good, honestly. Exclamation mark Trello. Huge idea, man. Huge idea. If you type in exclamation mark Basic, that will work though, but only on Twitch. Because I think that on YouTube it doesn't work right now. And I don't know why. Should we fix this? Guys, I can't be... How can I be... you know, wait a second. Modding... Hytale modding wishlist. Activate command. Let's see. Trello. Boom. Hey, look at that. Isn't that nice? Okay. Now, does this work? It doesn't. So my question is why? Because Stream Elements is not here. Bro, why? Though. Dashboard. We're gonna figure this out right now. Because it's over. It's done. Oh my god, is this a different dashboard? There's no shot, brother. Oh my god, you can't be serious, man. Update your details. Yeah, like, I can't, though. Like... Oh my god. This is not correct. This can't be the case, right? Oh my god, the commands are different! Sorry guys, wait a second. Hytale modding wishlist. There's no way, right? There's no way, right? Doesn't work. Now that's weird. Oh, what? Oh. Well, I guess the more you know, man. Okay. Well, Good to know. I guess we're gonna now add the custom commands right here. Let's see. Let me think about this. How do I do this easily? I go back to Kaupendro. Now I know why it didn't never work, man. That makes so much sense, by the way. Oh, I have so many though. How do I easily do this? I know how. I'm gonna do this. Then we're gonna add this together, chat. We're gonna add it together. Let's go. Log in, YouTube. Kaupendro. La-di-da-da-da-da. This is tutorials by Kaupendro. Bro, I got way too many freaking channels. There he is. Let's go. And then we go into the chatbot. Chat commands. Boom. Now we are gonna add those. What's the next command to add? It is Discord. Why do I do this right now? Listen, okay? It is what it is. If you want to join the Discord, nah, let's do discord.gg/. Let's do the other one. This is better. Listen, I don't have time to do this outside of the stream. So you're just gonna do it in the stream, okay? Why not, man? Why not? Do we need a lurk command? No. We're gonna activate it regardless. Okay, then we got Patreon. Sure. It's not like, you know, the biggest deal, but it's fine. Then we have Prime. Well, Prime stuff we really don't need. Schedule. I would have to change this every time. Get rid of schedule. I'm gonna be real. We're gonna do course. Yeah, I like that. Courses. Yes. Yes. Trello. And we also have Bisect. This one's a big one. Bisect is a big one. Look at this. Boom. Nice. There you go. Done. That's it. I mean, come on. Hello? That's great. That's really good. I know a company that ties people for 2 years for minimum wage in Canada. So many people are taking it because of the job market. Oof. That's a rough one. 1 month tryout period. Yeah. I think in Germany we also say Tarifvertrag. Yeah. That's true. You're the guy that codes stuff, aren't you? Yuki? Sadly not. Someone has, I mean, yes, but also, no, someone has found out my secret, okay? And I am too embarrassed to tell you about it. They said, listen, I will show you the tweet. Let me show you. But I'm gonna censor the person because I don't want harm to befall this person. No harm is gonna befall the person anyway, but still, you know what I mean. Let me just do paint right here. Don't worry, I will use it responsibly this time. Where is the tweet? It is right here. Oop. Okay. Right. Now, this is the tweet. Okay? Now the tweet says, can't fault his pre-recorded content. Good and informative. Really good and informative. But his live streams are the polar opposite. They are the polar opposite of really good and really informative. So they're very bad and very uninformative. Okay, talk to me more. 90% yap, 5% talking about what he is going to do, and 5% actually doing it. Caught. I always said it. The live streams are just a yap session, guys. I said it every time, okay? This is true. Because I am too interested in what chat tells me, okay? It just happens. So, yeah. I was caught. Man. Did you end up going for the NPC docs? No, I didn't. We added one card over here to the Trello board. Okay. Maybe he's right. Maybe he's right. Oopsie. It's not yap, it's actually discussing topics and trying to understand the concepts. Yeah, it's fine. We're here for the yapping. That's what I'm saying, right? It's like 90% prepping the food, 10% cooking the food. It's true. This is why we're here. To hear the ambassador yap. It's true. When the ambassador speaks, you listen. I mean, kind of. It's fine. He really does hide that live stream or partially learning, partially entertainment. I think they're mostly entertainment, right? Like, let's be honest over here, okay? The live streams are definitely mainly entertainment. I throw out the you know, some stuff over here, but it's fine. Me, when I'm not interacting with my audience in a platform that's built for interacting with the masses, actually so true. Listen, I did one of the streams. Listen, I'm gonna show you this, okay? This is a counter example, is what we call this, okay? In the sciences. What does that mean? That means that I have the following. I think it was this one right here. Fine, okay? This is where I tried to do the Kaupm World Gen Provider, okay? Now I'm going to show you this, okay? This is, like, I really went through the code over here, okay? I, like, specifically in the latter half over here, this is where I just coded. I just went through the code, boop, 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 right? I was locked the frick in, okay? Of course, exactly this frame where I didn't, where I looked at this stuff. But basically, I was locked the frick in, okay? I went crazy. Now, I can show you the following. You see this, right? And now you see the chat interactions. Let me show you. Okay, so I started like really working on this in like the middle of the thing, right? And now I'm going to show you this. Okay, boom. So the chat interactions over here really were like, look at this, 0, right? People were just not interacting. There was one reaction. I think something happened in chat where someone like, because like this also includes the reactions right here, right? But like, okay, and then how many viewers were watching? Look at this, right? When I started to really lock in, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, if I'm yapping, people are watching. And if I'm actually locking in and actually only focused, if I'm super focused on the code, people are like, that's not good. I'm like, yeah, you know, you actually help a lot with the direct modding question. Thing that is hard to do on YouTube comments. That's also true. I do really like to go in and like if someone has a certain topic in the chat that I can investigate. I do like to investigate that. That's one of the real fun things. Will there be a video coming out regarding NPC creation? I do really want to make a video on that at some point. We'll see how that... we'll see. Is there any way to add another hotbar slot to the game? I don't think that that's going to be... I don't think it's going to be possible, and I also don't think that we're going to ask for that. I think it's too far gone. Is it possible to make hub-like Forgotten World that can be updated, but also have segment you can change, like unlock certain buildings? I'm going to say probably yes. How? That's a whole separate topic. It's probably possible. Let the man yap. Exactly, man. Sometimes you just gotta yap. Is there a way to create cutscenes yet? I don't think so. I don't think that we are given all of the machinima tools yet. Hopefully not too far, because if so, it's my limit. Okay. I could see hotbar paging, maybe. Yeah. Is there any way to trigger events from code, like triggering the block break event on some block from code? Why would you want to trigger the block break event from the code? Why wouldn't you just want to break the block? That's what I don't understand. Depends on how the UI is loaded. That's true. I put feedback thing. I just put feedback thing for hotbar swapping. Oh, so you mean so you mean a custom hotbar. I understand what you mean. Okay. I feel like a clear inventory command is not... I feel like both of those are not really modding tool related, are they? Though. Like, I feel like both of those are more like, I want to feature in the game. No? Hotbar swapping should be possible as a mod though, apart from keybinds. Fair. I mean, block damage. Can you add cutscene tools to the Trello then? Ooh, now we're really thinking about this, right? Chat, what are we thinking? So, what would you say? Are the machinima tools modding tools? I think you can argue for both sides. Right now, because like, I think they are. I think they are. Okay? I'm going to side on the fact that they are. And I can tell you why. I can tell you why. If I want to make a mod that has a cool story, okay? If they have a cool story, I want to be able to make a custom cutscene. So I need the machinima tools to facilitate me making the cutscene. Yeah, if making story content is modding. I think it is. I'd say machinima tools aren't personally, but I see both sides. Like, I would... the reason why I would include it is specifically because, well, they are a tool that can help you or change something in your mod. Right? I do think it makes sense. I don't know. I do think it makes sense. I do agree, though, that you could argue both sides. It is complicated. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Did they have seen someone make a hyperdrive to another planet in Hytale? Like how it's early alpha. Yeah, people are fucking crazy, man. It's actually insane. But I love it. It's so good. I fully get why, but I just think that them being beyond modding scope with content creators. The thing about it is that I feel like they surely have something cooking, right? I mean, that's what I want to create a cutscene for my mod. Yeah, I get that. I understand that. I mean, you modify the game, right? It's technically... It's a technicality, nothing else. I mean, yeah. You're not wrong. They've stated that machinima tools are being worked on. Yeah, I think that we should be fine, probably, right? Because, like, we got... Remember this, okay? No. Stop. Da-da-da. Da-da-da. Let me see. Hytale. So, we have this, right? This is the in-game animation thing, right? Right. If they were able to do this with the in-game animation tools that were not given yet, right? We don't have all of those. Surely there's some sort of way, right? Like, I feel like I don't even think we need to add it. Like, imagine you could display those in-game. And you just get those, like, cutscenes. Oh. That would be so good, man. We're probably gonna get something like this. Like, it's just... This is, by the way, it's so freaking epic, man. I don't believe... They were done in-game. That's what they say. It says in-game machinima experimentation. Okay? I don't see a reason why they would lie. Okay, let's not look at this, okay? This is not... No, it's on the right side as well. Ah! Get me out of here! Stop! Leave me in my block game. Okay, well... I want a plug-and-play system for procedural dungeon generation. Something less technical than the current world generation and asset management thing going on. A level designer, I want to make content, not systems. I agree. So, that's theoretically what the goal of World Gen V2 would be, right? Like, the point of World Gen V2 would be that you don't need to, like, you have You can design levels and dungeons however you want. But I can add it as a sort of a first thing. That's not what I wanted to open. I wanted to open this one. Oh my god, I have so much. I have to really clean this up. This is gonna be... Oh man. Okay, maybe we're gonna... we'll see. Okay, we'll see. Steam breaking down. Oh, I'm sorry. The Steam lawsuit is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Has anyone heard about this? This is like this... This is the reason why... This is actually stupid. Okay? This is why you should stop having suits do anything that has to do with gaming, okay? Literally, no one understands it. It's actually crazy. Valve Corporation will face a $655 lawsuit over alleged unfair prices on the global store Steam. Valve forces game publishers to sign up to conditions which prevent them from selling their titles earlier or for less on rival platforms. Not true, by the way. That's not true. I think earlier maybe, but I don't even think so. Rival platforms for less, also not true. It claims that Valve requires users to buy additional... Oh my god. Oh my god. This is where I'm going crazy. Okay? It claims that Valve requires users to buy all additional content through Steam. If they've bought the initial game through the platform, it's essentially locking in users to continue making purchases there. Yes. If I buy a game on the Switch, you know what I can't do? I can't buy the DLC on Steam. Because that's not how this works. How would that even work? That is... just on the grounds of that, dismissed. That's the first one. The second thing is, this is the next one, has enabled Steam to charge an excessive commission of up to 30%, making consumers pay much more for PC games and add-on content. Every single marketplace takes 30%. The iOS store takes 30%. The Android store takes 30%. What are you talking about? It's like, actually, it's like a non-issue. It's a non-issue. It doesn't make any sense. It's zero. As a published game developer, that is true. We do sign up to terms that don't let us sell games for less on other platforms. Isn't it the case that the only thing that you can't do is you cannot sell Steam keys on a different platform for less money? But you would be able to theoretically have it on a different platform, but not sell a Steam key. So you could have it on Epic for less, because I feel like that's the thing, isn't it? Don't people have like their stuff on Epic sometimes reduced because Epic takes less than the 30%? No, we can't sell games for a lower price. 30% is also ridiculously high. I don't know, man. Like, I mean, like, it's like, I get it, but also you get the biggest, like, the biggest community, on, PC gaming. 42 million users active. I don't know. Also, it gives their favorable terms. That is true. That is true. It definitely has favorable terms to AAA, titles. That's true. But I don't know. 30% is a non-issue on PC, though. Everyone can create their own platform to compete. Yeah, you could. Apple also takes 30%. Yeah, that's the case, right? So, like, I don't know. Like, it just... I don't know. It's not like 30% is that crazy. Okay? I don't know. YouTube takes 5% of my ad revenue. Right? Twitch takes more than 50%. Okay? Like, so like, you know, when I hear 30%, I'm like, sign me the frick up, man. If Steam is a monopoly, it's a good monopoly. No, so like, this thing is like, I don't know. I guess a monopoly can happen if you're just so good at what you're providing that no one goes to the competition, right? I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. But then my question is, how would you break that up? It doesn't make any sense. 30% is worth it, though. Their algorithm itself is a publisher's job. Yeah, I don't know. The lawsuit is rather stupid though. They blame Steam for blocking out Epic for some reason. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. I think you have to look at it from the perspective to stay at the platform. Maybe. It's a natural monopoly, which isn't illegal. It's illegal to exploit that position. Okay, that's fair. But then we really get into issues of like, okay, what does it mean to exploit the position, right? We have precedent that other platforms charge 30% to the developers. So that's not exploiting, in my opinion, right? Just because others charge different rates, right? So Epic obviously charges like way less. That's okay, right? But I don't know. I don't know. You can't choose another store on Apple devices. You can easily choose other ones on PC. Exactly. What? Exactly. Why wouldn't they? They should go after Apple. Oh, we can't go after Apple though. Oh yeah, yeah. What do you want to bet that the person who brought up the claim has an Apple device? I'm just making inferences over here. Okay, I don't even know, but still. Apple got sued for that by Epic. Yeah, but that wasn't it about the fact that you can't have in-game purchases? I'm pretty sure that was the lawsuit. It wasn't about the fact that you can't do that, but I don't know. Steam would only be a monopoly if the competition failed while being trying. None of the competition tries to even get close to Steam's quality of service. That's the thing, right? I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. It just seems weird to me. It just seems like a weird thing. Epic only charges way less because they force you to use their stuff. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you can't have a game in-app purchases to circumvent the 30% fee. Yeah, exactly. That was the thing, right? I don't know. I just don't know if I mind that much. Like, it's just like one of those things where it just seems like I really like Steam. Okay, I'm a huge fan of Gaben. Okay, it just is what it is. So I don't know. I'd rather pay for a game on Steam than get it for free on Epic. That's very funny. That's very funny. The only reason I've bought a couple of games on Epic is because on Epic I actually get a complete invoice. So and on Steam I don't. So the reason why I want an invoice is because I have my VAT ID on there, and that means that I can actually use it as a business expense. That's the only reason why I have bought a couple of games on Epic with my business account. Because I use those for streaming and stuff. And I think then it makes a lot of sense. Why this stuff? I thought this was for Hytale. We're just talking about stuff. You can't ask for that on Steam. Nope, they won't add a VAT ID onto the invoice. You can get an invoice somehow if you go through like 18 different things, but they won't add. You can't do that. So, yeah. We're just talking about everything, right? Like, it's just, you know. I'd rather not use Epic because the cart, when doing a purchase, still does not support dark mode. I mean, oh my god, this was so stupid. Okay, I want to show you something. This is actually crazy. So I use for like music and stuff in the background and certain things. I use Soundstripe, right? Really nice. I actually really like it. They recently removed dark mode. Let me show you. Maybe at this point they've added it again because like that's like actually crazy. Oh, they brought it back in early 2026. Yeah, of course. The feature was re-implemented following user feedback. Who, like, why would you remove it? Just wanted to leave some negative feedback regarding Soundstripe. So we pay for music licensing and the music quality. Made an account, got sales rep within minutes, asked me if I used Soundstripe a while ago. No, where is it? What's the thing about the dark mode? This is crazy to me. They randomly remove dark mode. Like, what the actual insanity? Removing dark mode is I just don't get it. It doesn't even make any sense. Oh my god, wait, is it here? 4 days ago. We temporarily We temporarily removed dark mode from Soundstripe as part of the broader accessibility and platform upgrades. And wow, people noticed. Turns out dark mode is not a quiet group. Of course it isn't! Are you insane? It's just like, I'm sorry, like, it's just not a thing. They removed, yeah, they just did it. They just did it. They were just like, oh, let's just remove it. Oh, let's just remove it. Bloop. That's crazy work, man. Apparently they added it back, though. That's good. So I'm happy now. All right. In this economy, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, right? I know like 2 people using white mode. There are like 50 plus. The rest is all dark mode. If I can have something on dark mode, I can have it. I put it on dark mode. The only thing I'm like okay with right now is like Excel spreadsheets, like the Google Sheets and stuff. But that's it. Okay, now I have a real question about this. I can do this, right? Okay, wait a second. Could I do the following? 7? Does this work? I think it does, right? Okay. Okay. Let's see. I want to test something. Okay, just give me a second. Let's see. And could I now do this? I could. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, what is this gonna do? Add a live stream or premiere for people to watch after your stream ends. You can keep people on your channel or send them to any channel that gives you redirect privileges, whichever you choose. Viewers will automatically be sent to the new watch page after your current content ends. Ah, okay, that's good. All right, I understand then. That's pretty good. I like that. Okay. This is an unrelated topic, but I love your tutorial videos and wanted to ask if you ever make a create mode add-on tutorial. Oh, I really wanted to do that at some point, man. I've asked a few developers and they said they would love such a topic. Yeah, it's really a thing that a lot of people have asked for as well, but I don't know. Yeah. Accessibility on a website is hella regulated. The fact that that's the case is like actually crazy to me. I want to do a website. Let me do my website in whatever way I want. Sounds too specific. No, I don't think so. I think create mods are like a lot of stuff. Anyone who develops mods with AI, there's actually quite a few people who do that. I don't necessarily recommend it, at the very least not if you don't know how to program. If you do know how to program, be good. Then you should be good. But if you don't, it's not good. Not a good idea. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Can we like... I like this one. Wait a second. There were so many different things. This one's also pretty good. But this is stupid. I don't like this right now. I just started this. Surely this should be doable, right? We tried this before. This is the 3D model previews in UI. Or 3D model, yeah, preview. Let's call it 3D model rendering in UI. Add label rendering. It's not, it's kind of client, but not really, is it? Have content accessibility guidelines. Oh, interesting. Huh. I didn't even know about that. see. Should have. I think a medium is fine here. Actual cannot have a I guess it should be a character, right? So this would be a player character. 3D model rendering in UI. Cannot have a honestly this should be NPC 3D model rendering. It should genuinely just immediately be generic as this. Cannot have a 3D renderer inside of custom UIs. Similar to the player rendering inside the inventory. Add the possibility, or yeah, we are able to add any NPC role, any model asset as rendering inside of a UI. Reference not available. Well, I guess that would be the UI file. There you go. This is add code. That's not what I want to do. Okay, there you go. Reference. Something like that, right? What's the player model called? Like maybe player model or something like that? I don't know. I think it should be model, not just NPCs. Yeah, model asset 3D model rendering in UI. There you go. Any plans on how long the stream's gonna go? Yes, about another 15 minutes, because then I will redirect people to the to my announcement. Yes, I'm the official Hytale modding ambassador. I know that many people have already seen it, but why not? Why not? We're gonna make it an announcement, a premiere. I've never done that before, but yeah. Do you think it would be possible to make moving block structures? I actually think that a couple of people have done this before. Hytale's still going to use no assist. Yes. So this is going to change anyway, right? So this is only the old stuff. So I can see them basically rejecting this simply because in no assist it might be easier and much easier to do. Do you plan on having a tutorial on custom interactions? At some point probably. It's you know, add a new UI element which renders a model asset, specific special case layer. Allow either, I don't know if that works. Allow either to render self or give the name of a player and load their avatar. I think that would be cool, right? Premiere can hurt your algorithm if you've never done it before. It doesn't matter that much. The idea is that I want to send the YouTube people to the video. You know what I mean? Like I have it as a redirect. So as soon as I end the stream, they're gonna be. I'm gonna send you all to the video, on YouTube at least. That's the idea. Maybe using the icon generator in the asset editor as a base. Interesting. You're right. Base could be asset editor icon generator. I mean, afterwards it generates a static image, but like that's not a bad idea. How many years it will take for the new UI? Man, you know what I need? It's just like, you know what we're gonna do? Probably. I'm gonna probably try to, this is not, I don't know if we're gonna do this like when exactly, but maybe in like 1 or 2, 3 weeks or so. Maybe still in February. Let me tell you this. I think what I need to do is I need to just get like one of the devs on, right? I think. Be it Nick or Slikey or both or whatever. And then we just do a short like sort of questions and answers. Right? Like 30 minutes or something like that, like Q&A segment. I think that could be cool. 30 minutes, an hour, however much time they have, obviously. I can definitely ask. Because I think that that would be a kind of a good idea. No, the Java... so when it comes to visual scripting, Java would always be an option. I would assume. I don't think that there's... you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't just completely make it so that you can't do that at all. Yeah. Will we get create add-on tutorial in 26.1? I don't even know if 26.1 is even gonna get a create update. That's the big question, I think. Additional node not available. Yeah, cannot have a pre-rendered asset, a model asset instead of custom UIs. Nah. They won't break your heart like that. I don't think so. Really? I just changed the template card. Well, that's okay, I guess. Who noticed it? Who noticed that I was changing the template card? Tell me. Good thing that we can very easily change it back. Look at that. Boop, boop, boop. Done. Look at that. As if nothing ever happened. I found you from your Hytale modding tutorials. You're the GOAT. Thank you. Thank you. Understood the use, capture, create interaction when referencing entity metadata. Say the data. Right. I thought I understood in the use where, yes, entity metadata, that it would save the data for the NPC captured, but it just seems to spawn a new one each time. It still uses the metadata somehow, but maybe it does just spawn a new one every time. Oh. Da 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 da. Yeah, I think we do need a Q&A at some point as well. I mean, I did do a Q&A with Slikey, but it was a little bit different, right? I was thinking more like of a live one. Man, this is crazy, man. Yo, let's go. Oh my god. The co-director of Calamity is also a commercial photographer specializing in portraiture. As in portraits. Listen. I need portraits of me taken. It's so far. You're probably like very far away from Germany. I think that that's not gonna happen. So that's I'll probably just use a local person, but yeah. I created a custom block. How would I change the bounding box? Good question. I certainly don't know. But there is a way to do it. I'm pretty sure. I saw bounding box stuff in the asset editor. It exists as an asset type. I made a framing framework called Alex Taming. I had to implement a whole capture crate system. Interesting. The base capture crate doesn't handle it, unfortunately. I see, okay. I like Tamework. Custom license. General GPL 3. Good choice. I will say this, okay? I want to talk about this one more time when it comes to the licenses, okay? I really think right now, if you are trying to make a Hytale plugin or asset pack right now, the best thing that you can do is, if you really are like, I don't want other people to make money off of my crazy plugin, then what you do is you do a GPL3 type license. That should usually cover that, because they would then need to redistribute anything that they take from your stuff, like they have to redistribute their own plugin that's built on yours, let's say, in the same license, right? Like it's a copyleft license, if I recall correctly. And I think that that is worth more, because I think right now what you want to do, if you really want to get into Hytale modding and eventually even make it maybe a side hustle or a job, because like definitely there's going to be monetization coming at some point, you want to build a name right now. You don't want to, because that is short-term thinking, right? It's short-term thinking. If you go in and you only if you make everything all rights reserved because you're like, I don't want anyone using my stuff, very bad idea. I think you're gonna burn yourself with that. I think that that's a bad idea, right? I also, like, all my tutorials are gonna be MIT like always, but if I do mods, I will also probably do GPL3 this time. GPL3, general public license, because I think it makes sense. Yeah, I did Zolix, I did mention you because I said I need portraits taken. I need portraits. I need to come with my suits, and you need to take my portraits. But then I said, you're probably going to be a bit far away from Germany, and it's probably better if I just take someone from like next door, I guess, you know. What's the difference between MIT and public license? So MIT basically just says, as long as you take this license here with me, so if I just look at this, that's like really, this is the entire license, right? You grant permission. UK is a bit far. Yeah. If I was in the UK anyway, then maybe, but like probably not. That's not like a, yeah. I'm probably just going to take one from here. It would have been funny though, you know. Anyway, so basically MIT, high level overview. As long as you get this license text within the stuff you've done, right? So now you have your MIT code. Sorry, you have your code. It's in MIT license. Boom. I go in. Everything's fine. I take that. I have this license. That's good. GPL, you have to redistribute it in the same license or a similar license, if I understand it correctly. That was a bad explanation, but luckily, look at this. Boom, boom, boom. Choose a license. Here we go. Highly recommended. Anyway, guys, I will actually cut it off right here. Now, for YouTube, do not go away. I'm telling you, okay? There's a reason for this. I'm going to send you to my I am the official Hytale modding ambassador video, okay? I've made a premiere over here, and I'm sending you to it. This is the first time I've ever tried it. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but we'll see. I will be back on Thursday, where we're going to judge the mod submissions for the mod jam. That's going to be very interesting indeed. We're going to have a couple of people that you might know that are also going to be in the stream, that also are going to stream, so it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting thing. And that's probably going to be the last stream this week, so like Thursday, but I don't know yet, so we'll see. But yeah, that's going to be it for today, though. I hope you enjoyed. We only did 2 tickets. Listen, okay? It is what it is. It really is 90% napping, isn't it? Ah, okay. It's fine. Guys, enjoy the rest of your day, evening, night, and hope to see you on Thursday. And also, now, watch the glorious announcement video that I've made. So, until next time. So, yeah.